Let me lower the music in game. And hello all. We are in session 11 now on Spice City. Crazy adventures that we've been going on. That's been going on. Last episode or last session, the team went through a door, and they went through several different dimensions. One of them was pretty cool. Nikto was the boss. I like that one. Then there was a John F. Kennedy kind of scene, close, similar to it. And then there was another dimension that super weird. It's like this fucking other campaign called Heroes Feast that we run as well.
We are not feasting right now.
No one is feasting at the moment. But
Wait,
yeah,
I thought we were on the up and up.
maybe.
Oh wait, no, we're not.
What level are you guys now? Because I know you guys all leveled up, right?
No, I meant like the up and up, like things
What?
were going our way, and then I realized it wasn't.
I think you're all level 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I
level
actually
five.
didn't know we were leveling up. I thought DJ was just trying to con you into leveling us up.
Were you trying
No,
to
we
con me?
did. No, my character sheet's level 5, and I didn't do anything to it
Never
since
mind.
last week, which means I
We all
instantly
leveled
level.
up last session.
Yeah,
Well,
see,
Sterling, I'll believe Sterling, but the con man, I won't believe him.
I'm not even a con man. I just did my job.
I just did my job.
I'm sorry that I asked for so many level ups that it was surprising that I didn't remember 100% that we leveled up or not.
He's gonna ask for it so many times that eventually I'm just gonna forget. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, sure, yeah. Also here, yeah, you get this, you get the Staff of Power, you get the Circular Power, you get the Gauntlets of Ogre String. I completely forgot about give you guys all this stuff, you know?
What about my cloak of the arachnid you were talking about?
Can I
Oh,
get
yeah,
more
yeah.
smoke bomb?
How many smoke bombs do you have now?
Only like
One.
55. Oh,
I was never allowed to use it for some reason.
You were allowed to. You know, you can always use your smoke bombs. Just like I said, a gust of wind will push it away, though.
10 dangerous scenarios by now.
Oh yeah, we haven't been in a tense situation yet. So the last thing that occurred as well, Bibbler, being how nice he is and how great of a DM NPC he is, he grabbed the map, and it shows locations of several of the rogue gallery that you guys saw in the last episode in the nightclub. So in doing so, it'd probably be at your benefit to take them all out first before you take out El Pingüino. But you don't know where anybody, you don't know if they're actually here in this timeline at the moment. Also, you haven't heard anything from El Pingüino. Also, you guys don't even know how long you guys were gone for. No one kind of investigated or figured that out yet.
Who?
yeah.
There's a few questions in the air. Somebody
We
got
got a
married.
new mission, guys.
Somebody got married. Somebody's possibly evil in this party. You guys don't even know.
Oh,
Is it boss?
no, why would it be me? I created a utopia in that timeline, first of all. And second of all, that's not me.
It's also, it's not a timeline, just a different dimension. Just a different
Oh, in
version
that
of him.
multi.
Yeah, just a different version
Yeah.
of Voss.
Into the spicy verse. That's what my unofficial title
Is it
of
that
that
close?
Into
of
the
that
spice
stream
verse.
was.
Question, did we get our items back from when El Pinguino took them away?
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember there was like that box in the
Calling
wormhole
it-
that.
no, yeah, you guys got all your stuff back. All your stuff was just on the ground. Like, all your stuff was just on the ground when you guys got there.
Ah, I see, I see.
So as soon as you guys came back, like, all your stuff was just on the ground for some reason. It looked a little bit of, not super weathered, but it seemed like it's been outside for a little bit. All of your items.
Well, perhaps I can. Oh, we missed the questions part. I was gonna say investigate though,
We can.
to see how much time has passed.
But, yeah, we're gonna go from left to right. Let's start with Sauce Chef. Be just your name and your character's name, and then what she's all about. Oh, I think he just said he went to go restart his Talespire.
Oh, okay.
Are you here, Sasha, or no?
What questions do you have?
I don't have a question yet. Just introduce yourself and your character,
all
and then
right.
what she's all about.
My character's name is Sterling Goldleaf.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can't read my mini, but I can. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so my Talespire is like restart.
Yeah, it's being weird. They're updating something.
Oh no, I'm
some
gonna
reason.
get cooked then too
It's
soon.
me.
Well, mine was
Angry.
freaking out earlier.
So give it like 10 minutes and it'll be fine.
We can talk though for now.
But my character, her name is Sterling Goldleaf. She is a she's a College of Mercantile Bard who's all about essentially making money and swindling money. Her entire ethos is I'm a bad person, but I have standards. So she won't take candy from a baby, but she'll take candy from just about everyone else if she can.
Nice. I like that. All right, next on the list, play.
My character is a SMR paladin. His oath is to himself and all that brings pride and glory, and he's a lawful neutral so far. We'll see how that goes, but I'm here to hit things really hard.
Very nice. Very nice. My favorite cat girl. Or you call
Alright,
it
my
Neko.
character's my character's name is Iril Crystal or Iris Arungron, depending on how well you would want to know my character, as one of it is my birthday and one of them is my legendary and cleric name. My character joined the church at a young age, being indoctrinated into human society from an early age, considering that her tribe was part of a large human empire for quite a while, so it's less of a tribalism kind of deal and more of a normal family. And I am a cleric, light cleric, obviously, considering that I fall under recently excommunicated by the church, but that does not seem to affect my powers, as I seem to have a connection to my own god myself through a heirloom that I got from my family.
Nice. All right, Voss.
Yo, what's up, guys? DJ Axelente here, and I'm playing Voss Alter, Elite Incarnate. Need I say more? If you insist. And Voss, despite going a little fun fact, he like worked with the bank in like early auditing.
Yeah, auditing.
Yeah, fuck it. Businesses, right? But he actually went to the academy for accounting. That's what his major diploma was in.
I'd imagine you and Sterling would be friends then.
I guess we could be friends, maybe. I don't know.
Well, Sterling wants to do things off the books.
Same graduation. They knew.
Oh, do you want to do that? That we were rivals in the academy? I don't give a shit.
I would say maybe we'll roll, and maybe you guys went to the school, but it was one of those things where like you guys didn't know each other because Sterling was so popular and Voss was such a nerd with glasses and he used to get bullied every day.
That's not what happened.
In my dimensions, they happen.
Tough guy. Yeah, and your other shitty dimension, free of death and sickness and more.
That might
By
be
the way,
that might be the dimension where
all
you
the
got
haters.
bullied. That's why you started making Nyctobots.
Yeah, maybe.
And last but not least, Apple Fleetfoot.
Wait, I've written something. I think I've written something to you about it.
Oh, did you?
So Apple. So Apple is a widow. She grew up in a forest with other elves. I don't know how much of backstories I can put this in, and how much of Granny Apple I try to put in as well.
You say whatever.
Basically, basically.
Yeah, so
she
you
grew
just
up-
make up a fun fact, like I did.
Okay. I don't really want to reveal too much either. Okay, basically, she grew up in a farm, and the farm wasn't growing well. There's some infestation, which led to Apple stealing from the streets and becoming a really fast runner.
Hmm.
She has a bit of a survival mentality, and also she's not gonna play I suppose fairly or put her life in the line for some just because there was a deal like the El Pinguino situation. Yeah, and so apparently the crops wouldn't grow because there was like some dark sorcerers that's stopping the elves forest from flourishing. And okay, one day why Granny Apple is her hero right now is because apparently she was getting chased out by the mob when she was caught stealing a lot. Granny Apple came to defeat the dark sorcerers and elaborate and explain to the other people that to forgive Apple from the stealing she's done.
Dang. That's yeah, that was a backstory. That's crazy. And then our final party member, hi, Bibbler. I'm the leader of the group. A lot of people don't think that, but
Shut the fuck up. No.
a lot of people don't know, but Bibbler studied law for many years. Well, Bibbler would be able to take what they call the Faerunian car exam if he wanted to and pass as a lawyer, but I need to, take care of the store because Apple didn't take care of the store for about like 10 years, so I was here in place. I'm a businessman, I'm a lawyer, and I'm the best assassin of Halif Town that nobody knows about. Also, I have the highest riz compared to all the rest of the companions that I have here. That's why I am the pseudo leader.
You gonna take that, Les?
Is everyone a lawyer here?
No, I'm not.
And this is the question
But
I
I
have for
could
all of
be.
you. What is your character or yours favorite food? If it was a food that you would eat, prison, like you're in prison, you're about to be executed. Your last favorite food.
Green apple pie. It's sour.
Sour apple pie?
Green.
Green apple pie. Okay, that's interesting. Green apple pie. I think Bibbler's going to say rat souffle. That would be his prison meal before he gets executed. But he's never gonna go to prison, so that's never gonna happen. Or get. Anybody else?
Probably like an
Fried
almonds
flounder.
caviar. Oh, sorry, good.
With a fried flounder.
Fried flounder, okay. Clay and Nathaniel. What do you think?
Yes.
Favorite
I
food
didn't
then?
even think about it, but I guess I could just say milk pudding.
Oh, catnip.
Valid choice, valid choice. You know what?
Escanor or Lescanor, what would you say? If he's
Yeah.
here.
Remember, we don't want Netflix coming after us or whoever owns.
Oh, he just said he'll be AFK.
That's it. Oh,
Whoever owns 7 Deadly Sins, they don't want to come after us, right? Even though he looks just like him. Color scheme and everything.
Yeah. Even though they lost all their money,
Yeah,
we don't want to
so
fucking
seventh
mess with
edition.
them just in case.
Something about the animation, I don't know. But alas, the party, you have returned back to your normal, or what you think is your normal multiversal Spice City campaign inside of Halo. And you see the plans here.
Oh, I called it in the last session, guys. We're in a flashpoint. We're cooked.
So the normal,
What?
normal world we're in, or what?
I mean, yeah, and you guys can go look around, make sure.
We're back in our normal world.
Yeah, you can look
Should
around.
be.
double
We
check.
should be.
You find all your, like I said, you find all your items on the ground in front, but it all has like a different, not different, but it just looks like it's been outside for a while.
But wait, what about the armor I'm wearing?
The armor you're wearing, like I said at the last
Oh.
game, it now has
Oh, yeah?
a number on it, an ID number on your shoulder.
Oh,
plate.
yep. Just like the Voss, the Nikto bots.
As a responsible employee of this establishment, I'm going to check if anything is missing from inside the store.
Yeah.
Maybe our inventory's like popping.
Yeah, maybe, hopefully. So imagine. I'm gonna make, I guess, an investigation check. That would be, huh?
Yeah.
I make a perception check instead of an investigation.
Yeah, you can make it.
Okay, I'm way better at those. It's gonna be an 18. Do I see anything out of the ordinary inside the shop?
No, you see, it seems as if somebody was cleaning it. And as you're doing the perception check, you hear kind of like fumbling upstairs a little bit.
God, not again. Not another one.
Would you say
It's
another
gonna,
one?
like, yes, another one. We're gonna be like, hey guys, I think someone's in the house. Not really sure. I'm gonna go up and investigate what could go wrong.
Tell me it's another people.
I got at FBI sweeping corners.
Gibbler.
Uh.
Fiblet.
We have another goblin.
Yeah, and as you guys are going in, and as you make it to the second floor, you see Hadessa, the lady that you built the windows with. You see her walking down the stairs.
Hello, miss. What makes you visit our establishment?
Visit your establishment. I've been
Why?
here for a month. Where did you guys go?
A month?
Yes. I saw that the area was desolate, and I didn't really know where you went. So, of course, as I promised Apple, I promised Granny as well. Take care of the place when I see fit.
Alright, Hadessa, I have a question. We took a visit to El Pingvino. I know, bad idea. Wasn't my idea, I'll be honest. And he told us that you and Granny had a deal that you would protect this place if nobody else showed up here. Which leads me to the conclusion, do you know anything about the magical door that appears out of nowhere and sucks us into what seems to be different dimensions?
I know of things that Granny has spoken of, but I've never seen it or really heard of it. She told me the last thing she ever told me was she was going to deal with some type of magical dimensional stuff, and then I never saw her.
Yeah, so it appears that Granny had some sort of power to travel across different dimensions. It's not the same thing as planes. It's like planes that are same as this one but slightly different. Does that
Oh.
make sense?
Hmm. 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 You kind of see that she's like looking around. She's like thinking. She's like, that'd make just even the thought of that makes my head hurt.
Yeah, so that's why we've been gone for a month, because we just traveled through like, I'm like counting on my fingers, like 4 of them.
4 different
And,
locations or 4 different multi-dimensions, as you called it.
Yes, 4 different dimensions, it seems like. One of them was very similar to this one, practically the same. Another one, our friend Voss, apparently he took over the world and made everything into a robot
A
infested
perfect
utopia.
utopia.
Like yelling it from
Just like-
downstairs.
I'm in the
This is
room
over,
now,
this is
right
Oh,
here.
here's his room. A perfect utopia.
Yeah, don't mention it to him. He got a little power hungry, if I'm gonna be honest.
That wasn't me. I was taking over.
You wouldn't hear that, I'm whispering.
Oh, okay. I'm wearing my armor as super hearing. I just decided.
I just
I
decided.
just decided right now. I'd say you probably
Right,
have
and this-
disadvantage on hearing because you got like you're playing your fucking Spotify playlist inside of your helmet.
I only play the Spotify playlist when I activate Expeditious Retreat.
So she looks over and she says, "Well, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Yeah, where the nightclub supposedly was located, yeah, that place doesn't exist anymore.
What?
Yeah, it's some
Like-
type of immense magic or something that occurred in there. Kind of blew up the place, put a hole into the building that was housing it above as well.
Oh, and did we hear anything of anyone inside of it, like El Pinguino?
I haven't heard anything about him in a very long time. Well, I mean, at least this month.
Yeah, he got sucked into the dimensions with us, but apparently different ones, so he could still be stuck in different ones, or he could have gotten out and planning his revenge. And he's kind of scary. He's kind of got a lot of the city under his finger, and he's planning on sending people after us for sure.
So what is your plan now? What are you gonna do?
Well, that does bring me to a bit of a thing that we need. We've gotten mixed up with all this El Pinguino stuff and trying to save the city. I think I'm gonna look at my Apple Fleetwood. I'm gonna be like, I think it's about time we got some merchandise for our shop and gotten some equipment, some proper equipment, so that we can make some money and maybe, get the resources necessary to fight back in case El Pinguino shows up.
Have we not?
No, we
No.
have been chasing El Pinguino. We have not done a single guild quest. We still owe the guild you guys still owe the guild 75 gold. I don't.
We're in 1860 or 80 gold. Let me get the paper. It's a lot of debt.
Good thing that you know that you have a lot of debt. How are we gonna fix that?
I was the one who wanted. I'm the one that took the guild quest.
Then you didn't
what do you
do
think? It's 1280. Oh, really? I didn't do it because then the fucking rat queen was like, "You're gonna come over here, or we're gonna kill you." So and that's why we went over there. So why is it my fault?
And then she hears and she says, Valera, the Rat Queen.
Yeah, she's not doing so good right now.
Yeah, she got stabbed by one of El Pinguino's assassins with what
Oh.
appears to be purple worm poison. It was purple poison. We don't actually know if it's purple worm poison, just purple poison.
It
It was a
seems,
modified variant.
Yeah, she's unconscious. She's not dead, thankfully. We know that, but she's in a coma.
Yeah, sure. She passed away.
Oh,
Well,
Wait,
but that's
oh, wait, guys, let's
um,
react appropriately here, which is that we're sad.
what is?
well, I mean, am I sad? I mean, we met her once
don't
and
know
she
if I'm
tried to
sad
start
either.
I'm like
Hey.
looking at Iris, like
Hello?
gesturing to like Sterling, like with my eyebrows, like my visor lifted up.
I mean, she was a great leader. I don't know. Does anyone take care of the
No, it's
underground now?
suspicious.
Or
I'm just gonna crack the door open and whisper to like Lescanor. I'm like, were you close with the Rat Queen, Les? Oh wait, I forgot he's not here.
Is he still?
No, I'm here.
Oh, he's here.
Where you?
What do you mean, was I?
Oh, like, are you? Like,
You said was like past tense.
I. Gosh, what did you say happened to the Rat Queen? I forget.
He passed away from her wound.
I'm like,
I
what?
thought it was a withdrawal thing.
I put the visor back down.
It seems as if the healers that I know attempted to fix it, but it's, you know, with my magic I tried to bring her back per se, but it seems as if the whatever spell or whatever it's called magic that consumed her body actually took hold of it before I can do anything with it. And the other
Okay.
priests tried to, you know, fix it as well, but at that point already, like most of her organs and body really already got decomposed or necrotified, as they call it in my work.
Maybe I lost an ally. But I remember, I think she tried to blackmail me.
Apple, you know, I love your grandmother, and I do care for you as well because, you know, she was one of my best friends. But I think you understand how things work here. Now, it's about 10 sessions now, and I feel like you would know that Spice City is not a nice place.
No, keep that innocence, Apple.
And she looks over to Lescanor and Sterling. She's like, "Oh, I've never met you before." And then she puts her hand out, and then she says, "Hadessa, nice to meet you. Are you here working at the store as well?"
I shake Katessa's head. Sterling, it's nice to meet you too. I'm not quite taking over. I don't own anything. You can think of me as an overseer.
No, of course. I thought you guys
Like
work with her.
like a producer.
Producer, like Willie.
I don't quite work for Apple, much as I've
a
been tasked by someone else
luchador.
to stick around and make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. Well, anything more stupid than what she's already done, of course.
Oh man, damn. She's like, "Oh, interesting. Yeah, Sterling, I actually don't completely disagree with you. Apple, at the same time, I know you're also getting accustomed to this, and it's very hard. Yeah, I understand that. And the man behind you,
I step out of the way.
We were getting paid to do this. I thought lots happened since then, obviously. But I guess now I'm here to restore lost pride.
Hmm. And she glances over and looks over to you and she says, "You're not from this world, are you?"
Very observant.
Yes, I can tell. I've worked with many.
Looks like neither are you.
Oh no, of course. I mean, I'm Edessa. And she kind of like flicks her hair. Edessa.
Well, I'll do it
Make
back.
a
I'm
champion.
Lescanor. I flick my hair back.
Quite interesting. I like
I take everything as a competition.
to take everything into competition. So she looks over and she looks at all of you. So, what is the plan then? Are you going to? How are you going to kill a Pinguino?
Well, El Pinguino is currently out of commission. Most probably out of this realm, dimension, per se. So, our plan right now, I think, if everyone in this room agrees with me, is gathering resources so we can eventually compare with him in terms of resources, because he currently has about, I'm gonna like count on my hand like how much gold we have. Yeah, about 1,000 times more resources than us.
But what if we even it out twice as fast? Like, I was leaning towards it a little bit earlier today, last week and the last session. But now that we know that El Pinguino's gone, his places are even more vulnerable, trying to figure out what to do. It's been a month, so they've had more time to destabilize in his absence, and we would take his resources while building our resources at the same time by using his. So I'm starting to lean towards like using Bibbler's map and going after at least one of those places while he's gone. Because think about it, if he comes back while we're doing other stuff, he has time to like recover, rebuild any distortion that started while he was gone, like he can fix.
I didn't know we had that map, but you know what? That's a great idea.
The DM said it 5 times.
Where is Bibbler? Oh, he went to the attic, didn't he?
No,
The
Bibbler.
Oh, no, he's down there.
doesn't-
Yeah, he was
The
down there. He's
player
gonna come back
doesn't
up.
listen.
Then you see Bibbler come up. Ah, Edessa. Oh, Bibbler, how do you do? And she goes over there and they kind of like, you see as they like dab each other up. And it's like the coolest dab you've ever seen in your life. Bibbler's quite an
Oh,
asset to have on
You
your
guys know
team.
each other?
Who do you think took care of your shop while you were gone? Bibbler and I were here for almost 10 years.
I thought Bibler was with us.
No, with
Yeah,
you,
for
but I'm
1
saying
month.
before that, when you were gone for so many times and Granny decided to leave. It's a reoccurring theme with the Fleetfoots. You guys are really good at fleeting by foot.
When I arrived here,
Yeah,
it was dusty.
it was a little
They're
bit
cousins,
dusty. Yeah,
by
but
the way.
we would take. Oh, you guys are related. I knew. I had a strong
No,
feeling. of
They are.
Bibbler and Maple. How are they related?
They're cousins
Exactly.
by like in spirituality, and even in the multiverse in alternate timelines, they were like cousins to each other.
And she's gonna go.
because-
She's gonna say, "Oh, okay."
And
okay.
they had a lot of heartfelt moments that were skipped in the recap. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah, and then you
like
she
bonding.
goes,
Maybe they understand each other a little better.
and then she goes down. She goes downstairs, and she like she goes down to where the cashier's at, and then she hits a plank of wood on the ground, and she opens it. And there's a little box, and she brings the box up here. And she's
Please be
like-
money. Please be money.
She goes,
Please be money.
okay, okay. You see an amulet that she pulls out. You see a few documents that are on there. A photograph. And she's like, oh, yes, right here. And she hands you a piece of paper. To Voss.
Oh my gosh! If it's more debt, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
This is what
I'll
you're
take
talking
it.
about. Yes, they're somewhat related. I see what you're saying. Yeah, and then literally as you said, it talks about how Bibbler got adopted. It's the adoption paperwork.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess they're
But you
related
got
in some
adopted
sort.
as a grandson. It says here in the document, which is why they're cousins.
Ah, okay, never mind. fair enough.
Adopted as grandchild, yes.
That's the thing, I would bet.
Huh.
Baby. Legal man.
What-
He looks
this
over
is
to it.
not something I can stomach
It's like,
very
yeah.
easily.
This is quite old, but no, he goes, this is quite old, but yeah, it still works.
It's all
you know?
valid.
It's all valid. This is the checks and balances that are there. I don't even remember this piece of paper.
Alright, Bibbler, take this awesome cool map that we're definitely going to use and put it over the ugly, stupid map to the left of this. No. We should probably put this on the wall, though.
Yeah, Bibbler's gonna say, I'm gonna put it in the attic. I'm gonna hang it up.
So we have to go to the attic
No, he's like, I'll
every
just
time
do
we
it.
want to play.
Every time you want to plan out. He's talking about the adoption paperwork.
Oh, yeah, you can have this.
Yeah.
You put it on the fridge.
You put it on a campfire.
Are we doing a heist planning for
Keep it out of reach from up.
for El
Keep it out-
Pingüino's territory? Let's go.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you guys have
what is
the
it?
map.
Three locations?
Yeah, you guys at the
Or was it
moment
more?
have 3 locations. Sorry, no, it's 2. 2 of them that you guys can see. And let me get you them real quick.
Let's go. Payday 2 time.
Whew, sneeze. Yeah, I had it open. Bam, bam.
I still don't know how the debt is going away.
Oh, Apple, what do you have for security in this establishment?
I'm just like
Uh,
gonna look
doors.
like look with
Doors.
disappointment.
So
I'm
if
gonna
someone
point
were
at
to-
Bibbler.
Yeah.
If someone were to try to forcibly break in, what would you do about it?
And Bibble like cracks
Do you
his
have
knuckles.
locks?
Bibble's like, I'm the best
We have-
assassin in this town.
We have
That's
our
weird.
fish.
No one's just never broken in before for some reason.
I thought it would pull
Bibbler's
off
just
some
hiding bodies.
Bibbler,
And where's
they-
your storage room? Where do you keep your inventory?
Just, yeah, my manager only knows.
So there's so if you go to the next floor,
Right there, you walk past the inventory every time.
upstairs there's a little inventory area, but there's an area also for like alchemy, and then there's like a weapons smithing / area up here too.
And we have more. We have more material.
Yeah, see, if I would have been the potion artificer, I'd be eating that shit up in there. Oh yeah, well we got like extra storage, but I mostly just come here to like if someone's looking for something that we don't have, but they're like super insistent about it, I'll pretend to like look for it back here, even when I know it's not here.
And then Tessa goes up
I
to
only
Les, and
my
you know is
office
looking at him.
and
He's kind of like
maybe-
rubbing her chin a little bit. And
Oh.
as an Asimov, what are you really doing here?
Why would I just hand over that information?
We really don't see them much. Pretty much ever. I've only encountered about 2 other in my life.
You must not be doing very important things.
Oh,
You
the
should
quite
get out more.
quite opposite. I've done a lot of things, and she shows you like a little photograph of It's a
Look at this
photograph, and it's a younger.
photograph.
It's like an old, like picture that's drawn of her, and it has Granny Apple on there on the side, and she's like has her arm around her, and she's wearing like some type of gauntlets that she has on, and then next to her is Artie, with one of his like his earliest inventions, and then next to Artie is a woman that you guys do not know who she is. Sorry, not a woman,
Who's the-
a man, a male that you guys have never seen before.
Who's the man in the picture, and I'll point to him.
Ah, yes, he was he was our muscle.
Oh, okay, I see.
Mhm.
That's all?
You know, here and there things, you know, you know, lonely nights in camp, all that jazz as you're adventuring. Things happen. His name was Brillis. He too also had an ego like yours. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. So what are you guys doing upstairs while his mic cut out?
I think Sterling was about to go through the storage.
Yes.
Sterling is like examining the grounds and taking a look at all the doors because she sees that Apple has absolute like zero security and is incredibly
We have
disappointed.
magic.
Magic.
We got Bibbler.
Bibbler! You don't even pay him.
Right. So
I gave
you
him-
had a
he got
break-in,
paid.
didn't you? The Red Crescent Moon, did you call them?
Their name changes every time.
Yeah.
Oh, you
And-
mean the mud pheasant dune? Yeah.
The mud pheasant, dude.
I think that's what I would call.
It's just gonna
Yes,
be canonical.
so-
Every time you say their names, he gets farther and farther from their real name.
What if
I
it's
just like
that like
insulting them.
it's like an enchantment where no one can actually say their true name, so
Yeah.
everybody just kind of fiddles around it?
Yeah,
so they can't
maybe
get caught?
maybe that's what it is. That's why they've never been discovered.
I just do it because I hope it makes them mad when we see them.
Right. So El Pinguino sent those ruffians to rough up your shop, and you couldn't keep them out, could you?
No, but that was before our intense and fair training from the adventuring guild.
Right. And who's to say that El Pinguino simply doesn't send someone with better capabilities, and we're stuck in this loop where we get inventory and then we lose it because we have no security.
Well, he's not doing much of anything right now.
I wouldn't bet on it. He's wily, that one. And frankly speaking, too powerful to let something like getting shoved into a multiverse stop him from fucking with us.
What did you have in mind then?
Here's the deal. I know a bit of magic, and I can put magic locks on all the doors. It will take me a couple days, and it will be expensive. But it'll be permanent.
How
Did we
expensive?
get to know the password?
We're talking about 25 gold per lock.
What? Tessa comes up and she's like, "What spell are you? What spell are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know?
Arcane lock?"
Mammon people.
You
Yeah.
guys are shit talking.
And you can kind of see that, you know, there Tessa's like going back and forth with Sterling, talking about the magic components and everything. She's like, "Yeah, it's quite a good idea. While Bibbler and I were here, I set up glyphs around the whole perimeter. But since I've been in and out of here since Apple took over, I haven't activated them or
Oh, you
used
mean
them.
like glyphs of warding?
Correct.
Hmm.
So we can
Smart.
know people are on the premises.
That's good. It's better than nothing, I suppose. But if we created one kind of centralized storage room in this establishment, at the very least I could put a lock on that, so it's more difficult for some ruffians to steal our inventory again. Which means we'd actually be able to get a foothold on getting out of debt.
That's kind of like, he's like, well, the issue is the debt that you're incurring. It's I don't know if it's ever going to stop. Let's say you do pay off El Pinguino. Do you really believe that he's going to just stop trying to receive the power from the door?
You know what's crazy is that he's like where 10% of our debt comes from.
What's the rest of your debt?
The shady fucking adventuring guild you sent us to. Oh, go there and get all your training done. We go over there. Oh, our training's done. Here's your bill. You didn't tell us about that.
What do you
Like,
think this world runs on
300
fucking
gold
smiles
per
and happy
adventure.
gas? Is that what you think?
I was told this world ran on information and stories because everyone was too poor to do anything. And what did the Adventuring Guild do? Exploit.
And
More
she
than
turns
I've ever
over.
been.
He turns
Including
over
by El
to.
Pegrino.
He turns over to Sterling. He's like, "Can you take a load of this guy? Living his life in lavishery and luxuries his whole life. He really doesn't even understand how regular people receive money."
Boss, didn't you go to college? You realize you have to pay for that, right?
Yeah, I did. I was scholarship, so I didn't have to pay for that. But no, I don't think things need to be paid for. I'm just saying
Boss, roll deception
that
for your
we-
for your scholarship.
it's in the backstory. What do you mean?
Roll deception, dude.
All right.
Cool. I'll roll insight. See what I get. Oh, I have +3 to these. Neat. I get a 16 for insight.
I got a nat 20 plus 1.
I can roll inside too. Yeah, let's roll inside.
For whatever lie I'm telling him.
I got
Right now.
25.
Well, you don't
think
know.
that he
So, if that's she begins to laugh. He's like, "Oh, silly boy. Boss, you understand your family, where they come from, right? Your family had many ties with the mayoral office for a very long time. You really believe that you received a scholarship to go to college?"
Do you know my family and my backstory?
Of course, I've been here for a while now. As you know, I was part of the Adventuring Guild.
No,
and-
I'm talking like Xavier the DM. Like I have the written
course.
backstory in my character sheet.
Yeah, I have. I know your backsheet and your story as well, but I also do know the story of this town as well.
In other words, your backstory has had creative liberties taken with it for the purposes of storytelling.
Oh, okay.
Well, not completely. I'm just saying there's just certain things that the town also revolves around. Let me open it.
You know, I'm surprised that a guy who that manages our store, and I'm assuming manages our money, didn't expect that the guild would require any monetary payment for training and like basic gear,
Okay.
I guess.
Iris, I understand that. I'm just talking about everywhere we go, people want stuff from us, and then we're like, we can't do this. We can't do that thing for you unless you do this for us. And they're like, all right, we'll do that for you, but then you owe us a second favor, even though you're doing us a favor by us helping you help us, basically. So that's what makes me mad, okay? I'm not mad that training costs money.
I believe in the
I
business
understand that.
world, the term you're looking for is. You're
Oh, I
keep
see why you.
getting the reward.
Okay, boss. Never mind. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. No, my apex political family. Every time you're like, oh, your noble background, I'm like, that's not what happened.
Yeah. I'm reading it again.
Yeah, this is the guy that didn't know how to read until he was 18, and my parents weren't the one that taught me.
Duolingo bird. He was the
Also,
first of its
what
kind.
college did you go to? You
The Northern Waterdeep Academy.
For business, of business, Northern Waterdeep Academy of business.
Yeah, of business.
Yeah. I had a couple of finance classes with you. You sat in the back and had those really big dorky
What?
glasses.
Damn.
I'll have you know, my perception is above average, thanks to the what's that called, LASIK?
Yeah.
Did you get contacts or did you get lasers done?
It was the LASIK.
In Faerun, they just they cast a spell on your eyes.
Lesser restoration.
Yeah, it's like lesser restoration, pretty much. Yeah, on your eyes.
Yeah, but they concentrated into the eyes.
Oh, well,
It was much worth it. I had lights shining in my face my entire life that I didn't know my vision was bad until I went to the academy.
Okay, boss, I know why.
I
know
must say
why.
I don't recognize you at all though.
Now I know why I said what I said. Okay, it all makes sense now. Okay.
To be frank, I kind of skipped most of my classes. I wasn't too interested in them. But
Oh,
I still graduated with decent marks and all that. But anyways, so what did you major in again? Was it
business and accounting.
business? That's right. You wanted to do audits, didn't you?
Well, yes, but is much more complicated than that. And now I know what I was doing was wrong, by the way.
Well, I don't judge. I mean, everybody's got to make money somehow.
Okay, then yes, all right. I was very proud of my formula. Now,
Right.
yeah. So I was just doing the business. It was mostly just identifying businesses that were going to fail in the future far in advance. And what I would do was provide that information to encourage the company of selling early. You understand?
Yeah, no, I remember reading your papers. It was good work.
Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't. So yeah, I haven't used much of the rest of the stuff they taught in the academy besides that one very specific aspect.
Well, that is.
All right, I
really
got.
good, isn't it?
Yeah, I got too excited because I just remembered this is going to turn into an insult in a moment.
Well, there is a bit of a gap in your knowledge. It's not your fault. It's your major. They didn't have you take Wheelings and Dealings 102, did they?
My career coordinator told me that was optional.
What the fuck?
To be honest, I think your career coordinator failed you because that class.
I'm just starting to realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, that class is essential. I mean, my entire major was Wheelings and Dealings. I mean, charlatan major over here. So the thing about it is, they call it getting a leg up, right, in business. When you see a client who's down on their luck and is essentially willing to do anything for your services, you kind of pin them in a corner where you offer what they need, and then you
This
offer
is
something
college.
else on top as a bonus in exchange for another favor, and you get them stuck in this loop where they can't quite stop asking you for favors. So now you've got essentially permanent servitude. It's slavery without the S.
Okay. Look,
Slavery?
Wow.
I'll make this clear
Slavery.
for the team. Me, and I'm only mad as boss, by the way. Me, I understand this. I am telling you all, I understand this. I understand this is how the world works. I am complaining about it, and I'm trying to encourage everyone else to not immediately say yes when we know this is happening to us. That's why my complaints are about. It's not, oh, why are they doing this to us? I know. I don't want them to do it to us anymore, and I want us to be willing to fight if they're actually willing to fight, because I assure you, and I keep telling you, and it's been proven a couple of times, that 9 out of 10 times, they're not actually going to do it. But when in those specific situations when they're asking something from us, to be clear, by the way, not the situation like with El Penguino, no. Just like those times when it's happening, I think it's okay to complain about it and try and ask if we do something about it.
Well, you see, the problem is there are a few of us in this group who don't quite know how to keep their mouth shut during a business deal.
Glances at Apple. Glances
I glance at like Apple
and
I
Iris.
glance at Iris.
They're right there, grouped up.
I already said I'm sorry, okay? I just don't want
What did you
someone-
say?
I,
Oh, go ahead.
Now, I understand that your faith is very important to you, and trust me, I get a kick out of being superior as well. But there are some things that are more important than proving El Pinguino wrong, like living.
it wasn't
So-
about my faith, it was more about
Your
I'm just
ego.
like gonna whisper it to myself. I don't like people making fun of my friends.
What? And then Bibbler kind of looks over the. Yeah, I do the same thing. I would have. If I wasn't high and drunk, I would have stabbed them.
Well, that's
I
very
really like this
admirable.
store.
But as much as we don't like people making fun of our friends, sometimes a few petty insults need to be ignored.
Yeah, well, it's hard for me to do that sometimes, and I'm sorry for that. But next time, if it comes to it, I will take all the blame. If it comes to it, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't though.
I have an
Right.
oath to stay with the store towards my grandma.
Alright,
So
people.
maybe I'll try not to risk your life in the line for it.
Alright,
I'll
we have
try
some.
Very reassuring.
We have a bit of a. Bit of a. We have stuff to do. Okay, so first of all, um, I think it's time that we set our roles in the store. Now that we have 2 new members, we need to set the roles for our store. And I'm sorry, boss. I like you, but I think Sterling knows a bit more about handling money.
Why I never.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's not up to me. It's up to Apple because she is the owner. I'm just casting my vote into the fire, as they say.
All right, but you, the one that cleans up Bibbler's piss. I understand. You know what's best for the store.
Hey, I also am a master forger, which I unfortunately cannot do because we do not have a forge, which we do need to get.
And as you're talking about like all the stuff the store doesn't have, Sterling is immediately making a list of potential investments and theorizing about possible payouts.
We did want to find your master, did we not, boss? To, ask him about, the forge and how we could acquire one. Did we not?
Oh, I have a lot of things I want to ask that old man. Don't you worry. But it's like he's running from me. Everywhere we go that I think he's not there. And well, we haven't had a chance to check his store.
Well, Tessa should know, right? Right, Tessa, you knew Voss's master, right? I don't know his name, unfortunately.
Old man already.
Oh, old man Arby, okay.
So what about Artie?
Iris was asking
Yeah,
if she
would,
knew.
would you know where he is? Because we need to ask him about the forge.
We couldn't even afford one, I bet, though.
I mean, yeah, but still good to ask someone that knows about it. Then
You can take out a loan.
We're getting
That's
more
what we
dead.
need.
No loans. Not right now.
Does it make a difference?
We can
cannot
cause
take
more
loans until we have
problems.
consistent income.
Gotta find his model. I don't know where I put him. I can tell you where.
You
it
know,
is. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Artie, you remember that Artie told you that he, at times works by the, you can sometimes find him by the fucking, what is that shit called? Where the water is being created over here. For the poor people. And Mage Heights. He's the one who built he built the water tower. And Hithessa also just tells you that. She's like, oh yeah, Artie's, he's longtime friend of mine. He's been around, built the water tower, the lights that we use around here that are powered by some type of other magical energy.
do you know where he is?
He's either in his lab or he's working at the water tower, most likely.
Well then, it'd
Alright,
be great
that's a
to
potential
ask him.
target.
Alright.
Well, what other stuff do we have? Is this a split the party situation? Like, we don't need 6 people to ask how to get a forge.
Well, assuming we cannot afford
up to you guys.
a forge, I would like to use his forge to, make some equipment, because I still have a deal with Juno about the batches of jewelry, which I still didn't finish because we have no forge.
Well, I think the smartest thing to do is if Iris can forge weapons and armor and jewelry, that could be sold to make money. In the
Mostly
short
jewelry,
term,
but
well,
I
good,
should
more
be able to
valuable anyway.
manage. Yeah.
But in the short term, we could pay the Forge Master a small fee in exchange for borrowing his equipment until you make us enough capital for us to buy our own. It would eat into our profits, but we'd still have profits.
Yes, so I currently, from the bandits that we defeated at one time, I retrieved some of the goods from my old store, which was 4 batches of jewelry making equipment. Or well, I guess I do make like glass jewelry, but that doesn't matter because I'm a glass blower, but I trade. So, and Juno, for the fact that she told us where those bandits are, asked me to give 2 of these batches to her. So I would have 4 batches. Each batch is about 10 pounds of glassblower materials. So it's 40 pounds of glassblower materials. I don't know how you want to roll it, how much I can make with that. Like how many pieces would be per batch?
So you're just trying to finish everything that Juno was requesting, right? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I got 4 batches of material and 2 of them go to Juno.
I don't know. How many do you think you guys make? What do you make as a glass blower? You make like amulets or whatever?
Yeah, jewelry. I can also make windows in theory, if anyone wants to buy windows, but I doubt anyone will want to buy windows at an adventure shop. And because I did pick the expert.
What about the breakaway windows?
I could technically make magical focuses, in theory. Because
That might be the best bet, adventurers.
Yeah, like crystal balls and amulets.
And you're a cleric. Maybe you could put people's religious sigil on an amulet if they request it, so that they can use that as their focus.
Yep. I mean, I'm literally using a glass amulet as a spellcasting focus, so.
And Voss, what? I've seen you with your tools. I've never seen you make anything. What do you make?
The armor I'm wearing. Well, apparently, and I gesture at the scuff on perfection ID tag of this armor. This one wasn't done by me specifically. It's not the Voss original. But there do seem to be some upgrades on here, referencing the level up. Oh shit, he's so meta. I will have to tweak the design slightly. But yes, this is my original ICJ. He's just collecting dust in my bedroom right now, decommissioned. I created him, my heel wheels, heel wheels, patent pending. Creation, the magical enchantment on Iris's cloak.
Yes, the mine shop.
And
So
I
you
think
can
that's it right now.
enchant
Kind of, it's like infusing runes. it's not a permanent continuous thing. It's like the number of what I can have is limited.
For Iris, if
Okay.
you're making jewelry and stuff, I'm pretty sure you're gonna need like gold or like silver, to, like make chains and all that. And if you're trying to put like make amulets with like diamonds and stuff in them, you would also require some like rubies, diamonds, or emeralds if you're trying to put that in there.
Well, no, I make glass jewelry which looks like gemstones, but it's not. But it would be a little bit cheaper, but like,
So like glass pearls and stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So. Okay, if the your runes aren't permanent. Which means they
Yeah,
can't-
except the heel wheels for some reason.
So they wouldn't be a final product then, because people would take them home and then poof, the magic would be gone.
There is a way. Yeah, as soon as if I tried to enchant something else, one of my other enchantments would cease to exist. Except the heel wheels once again for some reason. So there is a way to make it permanent. I'm just not skilled enough to, I guess. Oh, self burn.
And what kind of effects can you produce?
They're very limited. They range so far. For instance, I'm able to turn my processing capabilities into an enhancement and substitute my physical strength in this armor. So it goes anywhere from enhancing to forms of protecting, augmenting defense. I actually don't know that one. I know how to strengthen, like weapons or arcane focuses. And then I can create life, ICJ. And I take it as well. He's sleeping.
she's sleeping. So then Hithesas kind of looks over all of you and it's like goes over to Leskino. Is like, well, I hope you find what you're looking for.
I'm sure you'll know if I do.
Oh, probably. I'm pretty sure I already know what it is. And
Something going on between them?
and she dabs up
All left them
Bibbler.
alone for me.
She dabs up Bibbler, and Bibbler dabs her back up. Like, see you later, little homie. Be like, okay. And then she goes up to Apple. Yeah, we still on tonight for drinks? Yeah, me and you, Bibbler? She's like, oh yeah, I'm always down. Yeah, okay. It seems as if you guys can take care of the rest on your own. I have my own things to do as well. As you know, I'm pretty busy. When you see Artie,
yeah.
tell him, make sure you say hello from Hithesa. And then she leaves the picture with Lescanor, the picture that she showed earlier. And then the box is still there with some of the stuff that was on there.
Well, although all of your enchantments sound excellent for us, they don't sound very sellable.
Yeah, no, they're not long term. I do have tools, and I have the ability to transform my tools into any tools that I need. Or I think I transform any tools into any tools, but only one. So if we had a second set, we could just permanently have a different kind of tool set. These specific ones are magical. I don't know what that means, like what the difference is, but I just have,
If you make something magical
like it says
as a
in
magical
the
weapon,
sheet.
if it's magical in property, it means that it like if it's a weapon,
Never
then
rusts.
it does magical damage.
Oh,
Also,
so maybe because I can smith as well. That was a part of my training. So
If you were
with
to make a
people,
magical,
I might be able to create magical weapons.
yeah, if you make a magical sword, then if a creature has like resistance to slashing, then yeah, or specifically resistance to magical slashing, then it won't. The magical weapon will go through that.
Well, that's good. It's also where they've known that magical weapons and tools and they never chip or dent or dull or rust. I would imagine that for even a common carpenter, something like a magical hammer would be incredibly useful, a tool you'd never have to replace. All the more reasons to get ourselves a forge, I suppose.
All right, this is perfect because that looks like that's the only like viable thing that I can produce at the moment.
Right. So, we need a forge. We don't have the money to have our own forge in house. There's a forge in town that we could borrow, but we'd likely have to pay the owner some kind of commission.
How much is the forge?
But we need like an anvil and a hearth and a bellows and all the other forge equipment. It'd be a handful of gold, probably.
What if, because just like Juno owns that turf with the market behind us, if we go to a weapon shop, ask Juno like if we can use the forge to make her stuff, like have Iris make her stuff, but we also like use it for our stuff too at the same time.
I think the smartest thing to do would be to borrow someone else's forge, just like you said, and we use the products that we make from it to fund the money to buy our own forge.
Okay, like
And
a
then from
self-investing.
there, yes, and then from there we'd be producing our own stuff constantly, which we could sell, which would be a constant source of income for us.
Yeah,
That
there
would
is
get the shop off the ground.
the
We do have a book for crafting equipment that I can make like enchanted equipment off the bat without like, but it does take resources, but like.
yeah the only forge master in town is actually next to the bar, all the way at the end of the street that you know of.
Okay, I
Oh.
suppose it means I've got.
Oh yeah, because he only sells the weapons.
Yeah, the one over there, June only sells.
Sorry, I missed it. Can you point to it again?
I used to have a forge before it got, taken apart by the blood crescent move.
All right. And I used to have 678,000 gold, Iris. We can't all like things happen.
I lost something once.
For
My identity.
For Voss, it is, you have been doing all this and you started working here. It has now been a total of like 4.5 months.
Exactly. And I was gone for so long of it that I would have to start the paperwork of getting some of my finances sent over here all over again, if I wanted to. So it's not even worth it anymore.
Right.
So,
So,
some
how
Says
paperwork isn't-
678,000 fucking coins, and you don't want
I
to.
can make it. I can make it as high as I want because I'm never gonna get it. It's in another city.
So you have
Like in
that
another
kind of
country.
money, and you never thought
Yeah.
of just.
Oh, it was
paying
very
someone?
effective, that formula. No, I got here and I was trying to get my money sent here. It was so crazy. Thank goodness I brought my failing, by the way. And then
Have you just considered
it's like
paying
streaming.
someone to do it for you if it's that tedious?
There's something with customs. I don't know what's going on with this shady ass town. Every time, like I started getting it sent there, then they couldn't verify that it was me for some reason, and then I was gonna start the paperwork for that, but we got raided by the Sud peasant boon, and
What's that?
and then we had to go and we had to leave for our training art. So then I had to start it all over again. And they
I
sent me
see.
security questions, and then bam, slip and slide time stream. And now it's been a month
wonder if
again.
it was tempting, I bet he didn't want someone with that much money coming into his city.
Probably.
Yeah, he's even more my nemesis than I thought.
Who is?
El Penguino.
Wait.
If he was interfering with my stuff, it's a good theory. No, they knew who I was to some extent.
I'm going to go catch up with Les. We've been talking a lot of finances, and this isn't quite his interest. But I think I've got a job for him. Hey Les,
What's up?
How would you like to
You
be head
should
of
leave
security?
them with their privacy.
Les is outside just beating the dummies outside. He's just hitting them.
That's exactly what I was doing.
He just
What'd
grabbed
you
the
say,
he
Sturge?
grabbed the log of wood and just ripped it open with just bare hands.
Captain America style.
So, Les, how would you like to be head of security at this establishment?
Definitely sounds like a throw a dog a bone job.
Well, no, you'd be the head of security. There's a lot of pride in that for you. You'd be solely responsible for everyone here's safety. It's important.
Go ahead. Roll persuasion. Go ahead.
Yeah, I
You're
guess.
asking a bard. Oh yeah. Let's see, yoink. Yeah, 23.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna roll that. Never mind. Sure, I'll be head of security. I'd love to. I was actually hoping you'd ask me.
I've been waiting for
So
this
you're
job
gonna
for a while.
smash the heads of anybody who breaks in.
I mean, they're not gonna get that far, but
And Bibbler is like looking out the window, just like in gas. Head of security.
Bibbler. So can I see you? Like,
He's
peeking out the window?
he's just over here just looking. Head of security. Wow.
Yeah. Would you like to be Les's deputy, his second in command?
Ah, nah, I'm good. I think it's a cool job that you offered it to him and didn't offer it to me, even though I'm the leader of the group.
Well, you're a leader. I can't burden you with security. You've got to do all the planning.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I don't. You guys weren't even here
Yeah.
when I killed the bandit captain. I threw a knife at his face. You guys weren't here for that.
So
Actually,
you,
gravity
with
did
that map of yours, are in charge of figuring out what we're supposed to be doing next, right? Because that's what leaders do. They give their followers stuff to do. So you're our taskmaster,
Oh,
right?
I like that name.
Mm-hmm.
It was a guy, and I knew he had the same name.
So that then means that that then means that Iris and Voss are in charge of product production. If I'm managing our finances, that leaves one person to man the front desk, I suppose. Someone has to meet all the happy customers. And I look at Apple.
Apple.
I'm gonna look at Sterling with concern.
Oh.
I'm gonna be like, are we sure about this? I mean,
I don't have that skill.
Boss was starting to step out, and then like that happens, and he starts like backing up back into the store.
Apple is the most charismatic lady I've ever seen. In another dimension, she ran a hotel, I think.
Well, if it's
No,
a
Fibbler
concern,
Ran that shit, held that shit down.
if she needs some sort of training for the job, I suppose I could move my office out front, and I could sit and crunch numbers next to her, and if any problems arise, I'd be there.
well, I mean, I used to run a one-person glass making shop, so I'm pretty good at talking with customers too. You know, kind of had to be to make some money.
Right. I suppose we can take shifts or something, making sure Apple doesn't muck it up.
We have that assassin card. We can call that lady.
I have the assassin card. I have it. I'm not giving it to you.
Bibbler.
Why not?
Because you would be calling it at people who slightly disagree with you.
Judas,
Right,
next
we
hit.
can't have you assassinating our customers.
And we
those-
don't have money to hire assassins anyways.
Still have that 100 gold from.
And Bibbler goes
five
up
sessions
to
ago.
goes up to Voss and, hey Voss, it was real weird seeing you with that armor and all that stuff. You know, you kind of made like ICJ and all that. You think you can make Bibbler some armor? It'd be kind of cool.
Yes, but we are prioritizing the forge, it looks like. So I should be able to do that easily. Now, enchanted armor, we're gonna have to figure something out.
Yeah, Bibbler wants to be what they call a ranger of power.
A what?
Ranger of Power is my favorite show.
Those losers? No.
And your
All
helmet
right.
kind of looks like one of them. That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought you got the inspiration from.
Where did I get the inspiration from? Look, I might have watched that stuff when I was a kid. Oh wait, no, I didn't. I read books about them when oh wait, I can't read. I looked at pictures and books about them when I was a kid.
Posters.
Now, yeah, I saw. Now, but look, I never had time for that kid stuff. But if they're cool to you, then they're probably cool. So you go ahead. I know you got that artist in you hidden in there. So go ahead and sketch some concept art, and I'll see what I can do.
All right. And then he goes to Apple.
Don't
and
forget to
hires her.
hang that map on the. Oh wait, I forgot you're putting that in there.
He's gonna hire Apple for some concept art. He's gonna be like. All right, so he's gonna go around and try to draw his stuff. See how well he can draw. And Bibbler's gonna be working on that. Bibbler's gonna be working on that the whole day. He's gonna be trying to draw his famous armor.
Is it that bad?
He doesn't draw that well.
Well, now that we've got a plan set, I believe it's time to get our hands on the materials. So, would those of you who know foraging better than I do like to accompany me so we can get our first steps going?
I already got materials. I already got 4 batches of material. I just need a forge.
Well, that's what we're going to get.
Great. Let us commence forth.
Why are you yelling at me?
I love the teamwork.
Why are you yelling at me?
This shop
Wait
is
a second,
destined
guys.
for success.
All right,
Guys,
so
we have an emergency.
what's the emergency?
It's been a whole month. That means my lizard friend has been a slave this whole time.
What lizard friend?
The lizard man.
Yeah, the legally distinct rendition of a humanoid lizard.
So while the girls are out and having a girls' day, what are the boys gonna do? The girls are
Kill some shit.
the girls are going out to have a girls' day at the forge.
We're
We're going to get
should we go
pedicures.
shopping? Yeah.
You should go shopping. Bibbler needs
I
some
do
new
need to
boots.
change my armor, so it is makeover time. I need to scuff out this barcode shit.
Yeah,
I-
Les
I
is going
need
to
to-
get a fresh wax.
This is a one of a
chest
kind.
wax.
And as you guys are walking down the street, you guys can see Iris, you see your building on the left, and it's like, you know, desecrated and it's burnt.
Yep.
Hey, is that your church?
Church, my church. No, that is my old shop. What used to be my old glassblower shop. You know, I made some decent money. I had about, if I had to guess, my income.
$1 million.
not that bad. Obviously, some days were worse, some days were better.
And
but
the man over here, he stopped you on the street. Iris,
yes, yes.
you remember me, right?
They make a history check. I can make a history check.
Yeah.
Just my history. Oh, there it is. Oh, the 5. Ay.
So you kind of like guess a name then.
I'm not good with names. You know me. I remember your face, obviously.
Yeah, and he looks over to you. He's like, "It's Daryl. You remember? I'm the one who runs the bakery.
yeah.
The bakery. Yeah.
There, yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, you remember me? I remember you asked me to. You asked me to make you some glass bowls that one time. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you still use those?
Yeah. I use them to present all my stuff outside. And you remember I gave you a bunch of bread. I remember that.
Yeah. That was really good bread. You have real talent.
Oh yes, and your friends over here. You guys in the market for some bread? The best bakery in town, as you know.
you see there, my shop got burned out recently,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I had to move into a smaller place with. Here is my new friends here, Sterling here and Apple Fleetfoot. You might know Apple Fleetfoot. She owns the Apple store, with Granny Fleetfoot used to own that shop.
Oh
If you
yeah,
remember.
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, yeah. Granny Apple's been great. Yeah, she used to come over here and get pies all the time.
Yeah, so um, Miss Granny Apple wasn't really. She was a bit of a. She was an adventurer and used to sell like adventuring gear and stuff, but that does mean that her shop doesn't have a forge. So we're currently looking for a new one. Um, until I can get back on my feet and maybe I can rebuild my shop someday. But right now I'm enjoying my time with my new companions, so I think I'll spend some time in there. And also, it's much more safe considering there has been a bunch of ruffians going around and wreaking havoc in some shops. I mean, you should be careful out there, Daryl. I'm gonna be honest, because if they went for me, they must have had some good reason. Just, I mean, or maybe not. Maybe they didn't have good reason. Maybe they just wanted to take a shop that was sort of popular and sort of successful just because they needed money. That happens, right? So, just be careful out there, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about your shop and all, but yeah, you guys have a good day. And then he kind of just like scrambles back and then just like, starts to starts to work. Turns out Lesker is fine.
Yeah, so I remember that. He's a bit of an odd one. He seems to have like I respect him on one hand, his talent at making pastries and bread is amazing. He makes the best ones around, but there's something weird about it. It's like he doesn't want anything else in life. It's like he's completely happy just making bread, which I must say I do respect a person who can find happiness in such simple things.
Bread is okay.
Bread is okay. Apple pie is the best. Everybody knows. He does make apple pie as
Hey.
well. Apple. So.
Yeah, he does make pastries. It's like
And as you guys are walking down, the lady next to you just looks over, and she's outside of her establishment. Shadrakaz, soul mongering. Oh, Iris. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while after the incident that occurred.
yes. I mean, you know how it's been. I've been trying to get back on my feet. Actually, recently beat up the bandits that took away my resources, but I have to go rebuild my forge. So I've been asking. What was the name of the guy again? The blacksmith, right? Would we know that?
Oh
Artie?
yeah. What?
Are they?
No, he's in this.
No,
Yeah, this
it-
black
Oh,
man.
never mind.
Yeah, this guy isn't Hardy. This guy is.
Oh, I thought you were asking for his name to ask him out.
Yeah, this
My
guy's
bad.
Bill. That guy's just Bill.
So I've been going to ask Bill if he could, help me rebuild a forge. But I guess I would have to ask a stonemason instead of a blacksmith. But I inherited my forge, so I'm not really good in that kind of stuff. So I
And
need
then
to ask
yeah,
him
as you
how
were
much-
talking, and then he like looks like he's like, "Oh, Iris, yeah. I remember you. Are you guys interested in soul mongering?"
Not today. I think we are pretty short on time, and we do need to get back to it.
Well, okay, time is money. I'll see you later. And she walks out and she starts hackling some other customers.
As you can see, it's quite a busy street here. I'm surprised only my shop got targeted. It's like it's some sort of weird
I
plot
think so.
convenience.
As they say, in the Halif Town news, some places were just not up to fire code. And as you make it to the end of the street, you see a familiar place, and you see a man who's smoking a cigar outside. He's a dwarven man, very stout, very small, long beard, and he's just out there. And he you can see that he's just looking across the street and looking at all the kids that are playing outside, and they're just doing whatever. And he's just kind of just like taking everything in. He's looking at the rest of the street, and it just says Bill's Master Forge on top of it. Top of the store.
I'm gonna
Is it?
like, yes, this is the place. I was gonna like take a deep breath. I'm gonna be like, hey Bill, hey friend, long time no see. How are you? How you doing, man?
Do I know you?
Yeah,
Wow.
of course you know me. I'm Iris. You know, the person with the glassmaking shop, like two houses down, right?
It doesn't.
You remember? You used to help me fix my forge when I had issues with it, right? Remember?
Still doesn't ring a bell.
Oh well.
And who are these people? Who are you? Why does that person have gold on her ears and she's wearing a funny hat?
Excuse me.
Oh man,
the
don't
owner
insult the
of
hat.
that
Oh no.
establishment, that apple golden shop?
Are you
I think everyone knows me.
are you here to
An
you know
apple sleeper.
the priestess already came and she told me about Lathander and the mumbo jumbo. I'm not interested.
Oh no, it's not about the thunder, Bill. Bill, I'm gonna be straight with you. Recently my shop burned down. You've probably seen it. I mean, it's
that
been-
the chop.
Yeah. So I currently have no forge. So I was gonna ask you if you would know someone who builds forges around here and how much it would cost.
You want to build a forge, eh? How do you even know
Yeah.
where you can build it in the location you want to build it in?
Well, it's Apple's Granny Apple store.
Oh yeah, I know that store. Yeah, Granny Apple. Yeah, what a dame. He kind of like looks off. He's like, what a dame that woman was. And he comes back. He's like, hey, wait, who are you?
1,000 years old.
That is dementia.
I think it was actually fine.
And then he kind of looks over at you guys again. He's like, I'm not interested in Lathander.
No, Bill, we're here for the forge, remember?
You. Hey, who did that? Where's my Metamucil? And he just looks at he's just... Are you guys here to deliver my food?
No, sir, we're actually here to ask you, what would it take to get a forge built here?
Why are you interested in building a forge? Are you trying to take away my business?
No, we're
No.
just trying to save kids adventurers. That's all.
It sounds like you're trying to take away my business. There's only two
No,
forges here
but-
in town. Here and then the other upper part of nobility. They have another forge master. I hate that guy. Bob.
Are you in the business of forging jewelry?
Bill and Bob.
I fucking hate Bob. I hate him. You know, Bob and I, we went to weaponsmithing school together. And Bob was my best friend. He kind of like leans off into this. He looks into his. Bob and I were best friends for a very long time. He was a dwarf, I was a dwarf. Going to weapon school, mastery school. And during our final exam where we had to work together to build something, he, for no reason, decided to take up like all, to the teacher and give my mastercraft to him. And the teacher was so astonished, he passed him immediately. And then I had to retake the class.
Oh, what a shame. That's awful.
Yeah, I fucking hate Bill. Fucking hate Bob.
Right,
Bill,
so
Bill.
this Bob, is he at all in the business of forging jewelry?
Bob?
Because we can certainly take that business from him. Yes.
And he thinks about it, he's like, Yeah, Bob kind of, yeah, he does make jewelry. You know, he does it because he works for a nobility. So he's like the master forge for the mayor, and then everybody else. I'm kind of like the rid of the scuff. Don't really get much business, but I catch adventurers here and there. Sometimes fix their stuff.
Good. So you show us how to get a forge up and running and the Golden Apple Shack, and we'll make jewelry better than Bob can.
Then he looks over at you again. He's like, I already told you I don't want anything to do with Lathander.
No.
You see as he like walks and he's like trying to open the door, but he can't figure out which key it is to open the door.
What about for Granny Apple?
Then he like turns around and he said, wait, Granny Apple. Then he looks off into the sky. What a dame she was. One of the prettiest ladies I've ever seen in my life. When I thought about it, I really should have made a move back way when, but I was just a forge master. No right to his name, no money. What can I do to a woman like that? Such an independent, strong businesswoman like Granny Apple, setting up
By
shop.
helping us.
Oh, you know
could
her?
Set up a shop.
Yes.
Was that a forge or a
I'm related
Krispy
to her.
Kreme?
Yes,
helping us.
Krispy Kreme. Oh, so you're telling me that, you know, you can get me in with your grandmother? Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
All right. Well, are you lying, or are you are you gonna try to hook?
Oh, deception or whatever.
Are you gonna try to hook this
Have
guy
like
up?
inspiration, by the
Are
way.
you gonna parent
Yeah.
trap Bill the blacksmith with the Granny Fleetfoot?
Deception for this?
Yeah, you roll deception.
You know, and you have a bardic inspiration. I gave it to you earlier.
I got it.
Yo, Apple, if
19.
you're real, do the coin toss.
And I'm gonna find a coin. Wait, is there
Oh, you can just search up coin toss online as well too. You can just search up a browser.
Yeah. Or you can do odds or evens, like I did.
Yeah.
You can roll D4
Odds,
odds and
tails.
evens.
Evens. Yeah. Or odds, heads, evens, tails.
it's
Wait, is heads good or bad?
I think that's a good one. Like,
Yeah, let me check the feature. Coin flip. If it is heads, you get the maximum number on the inspiration die. And my inspiration
Plus
is
6. Or plus
yeah,
6?
it's a D6, so you just get a flat. No, it's the D8 because we leveled up, so
Yeah.
you get a flat plus 8.
It's gonna be a 27 in that case, because that was a 19 on the first deception check.
And then he kind of looks over and he starts spinning. He's like, "All right, but you better promise me some time with you know, with Granny, whenever she comes back, I guess." Yeah, I don't. Where's she been?
Certainly.
Where is Granny?
more adventures, you could say.
Oh, okay, good enough. And he kind of like, the door was open the whole time. He just opens it. He was fumbling with his keys for no reason.
He's gonna like whisper, lean into Stilling. I'm gonna be like, so he will for sure forget that, right?
Probably it's best to follow him inside and at least take some notes on what he's got.
Yeah, and then as you guys, you know, walk in, you guys can see that it is a pretty well inventoried shop. There's armor all over the place. There's a pedestal over here with some type of very nice armor, weapons all over the place. He has a portrait of a dwarf over here who's fully plated in armor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around inspecting like his equipment, so like his hearth, his bellows, you know, all the tools he uses to actually forge things.
Oh, that's in the back.
See if I can.
So he kind of leads you up to the back and he shows you everything he's got back here.
Oh, so this is where the magic happens.
Oh yeah, right here. So when am I gonna see Granny?
That I do not know. Apple's the best person to ask for that. I believe she's out adventuring or something.
That woman can never be held down. Thirsty alert. Where's he
So,
messaging
I think-
from? That's what I want to.
So you've got a hearth, and you've got bellows, and you've got one of those like a quenching drop. I'm gonna call it.
Yeah. Because that's
So
you know,
how-
as you can tell, I'm armor forge master, so I'd imagine I'd have everything that I need, you know.
Right. So how much would you reckon all this cost you?
And he kind of looks over. He's like, it took me a while to make all this stuff. I had to build the house and then specifically make this room for the forge. Then I had to go get stones, and then I had to go make the bellow, and then I had to, you know, make my own anvil. And he's like, I don't really use. All of this is dwarven made as well, so that's another thing.
Oh, so you made it all. It's very impressive.
Yeah, who are you?
Hi, my name's Sterling. Sterling
Oh.
Goldleaf.
Why are you
I'm
in my?
the,
Why are you in
finance-
back? He's like freaking out. He's like, why are you back here? It's not safe for
You
customers to be
definitely
back here.
Well, I'm not a customer. I'm a business partner.
Okay. He's like, he looks for a second. He's like, okay.
Right. So, until we get our forge set up, would it be alright for us to use your facilities? We could offer you a 15% commission on everything we sell.
Well, first I'd have to see how good you guys are. I mean, I'm not gonna just put my money where my mouth is and not get anything back, you know?
And you hear Sterling yell for Iris. Oi, Iris!
Yes. Sir, I was just admiring the craftsmanship. I have to say your swords and armors are really good quality. It's honestly surprising to see something like that in this town. Honestly, really exceptional.
No, yeah, I know. You know, I am a dwarf, and my name is Bill.
Right. Bill here will be willing to offer us to use his facilities for a 15% commission on everything we sell. Which is a pretty good deal, at least up until we get our own stuff up and running. But he wants to see some of what you can do before he takes the deal. So how about it? Think you can make something?
Well, it's been a while, considering I haven't had an access to a forge. If I'm able to get like 2 or 3 attempts, get the muscle memory going, I think I can make something really, really nice.
And he
I
he
can
grabs
try
like
my
a-
best at least one, but
he grabs like a piece of metal and then a hilt of a dagger, and he goes like, well, you know, the first thing you always got to make is a dagger. So
Is that a
Well, I was,
Skyrim reference?
yeah,
I was a glassblower and a jewelry crafter, but I can try a weapon. It cannot be that different. It's just
you know,
I mean,
because-
glass is actually a bit harder to deal with, considering it can become brittle if it's not heated enough. Unlike metal, which actually stays pretty hard. It can get brittle if you quench it wrong. If I'm correct, correct me if I'm wrong, because you are obviously the master forger when it comes to steel.
No, yeah, of course, yeah. You have to keep it at the right exact temperature, because if you mess with it, you like you said, become brittle and you can morph it.
Yeah. Oh, and if you quench it too quickly, it can bend from the metal stretching, and yeah, I know a little bit. I mean, hey, I do specialize in glass, but it doesn't mean I don't have skills elsewhere, right?
Yeah, I guess so. So he's gonna give you the dagger and then put it in and gives you the anvil and stuff. And
Alright, what do I need to make for that? I do have proficiency with glassblower tools,
okay.
and I have the expert forger. I have the expert forger feat, which gives me a +6 to manufacturing checks. Whatever, I don't know what manufacturing checks
Yeah.
is.
It really depends
But-
on.
You also have Bardic Inspiration, so we gave that to you earlier too.
Yes.
So yeah,
yes.
you're gonna need to do a strength check for hitting it. a dex check for dousing it, and then you're also going to need to give me a constitution for keeping it in the flames.
I think I can do that. Alright, alright. So strength check for hitting it. Wait, no, first will be constitution check because I need to hit it up first, right?
Yeah.
So would I get my +6 from my expert forger to it?
Correct.
Because alright, good. Let's try it. That's gonna be a 17
Yeah,
for
you're
the
good.
constitution. Next up is the forging, which would be a strength check. Let's do that, and that's gonna be a 20.
Oh yeah, good.
Then the dowsing part, which some would argue is one of the more important parts. So I am going to roll it, and I'm gonna be extremely unlucky and roll a 2. So I'm gonna roll my die. What did we say it was? Odds are heads and tails are evens.
Yeah.
So heads are evens, tails are odds.
And which one do I get the
And
bonus
you
on?
just want straight up D8. You can just roll a D8. You don't have to do the coin flip unless you feel like gambling.
Did I win the coin flip? I don't know. I got an odd.
What'd you get? You got
I got
odd.
an- Yeah.
You lost the coin flip.
Yeah, it's fine. I can still add my 6. So that would be an 11,
An 11.
which the quench is kind of a.
Yeah, so he
You got inspiration now?
Yeah, DM inspiration. Oh nice. So he kind of like looks over at you. He kind of like, grabs it out of your hand. He's like, "You're quenching it too fast. You have to go slower if you're gonna do that. And you expect me to trust you with my forge, and you're doing stuff like this? You know I have a reputation to
Well-
keep here."
You see, glass is usually not quenched because it can crack it. I am sorry once again.
What if you tried making the blade of this dagger out of glass?
I mean, yeah, that could work.
And yeah, he kind of like looks over and he's like, well, yeah, I guess if you're gonna be making that, then yeah. What's Apple been doing this whole time?
Do 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 do.
She's just like walking around.
She's just chilling. She's just chilling. Let her chill. Let her chill.
She's like, wow, look at these. What is this, a
Trying to
katana?
compare- She's trying to understand why her shop is not as popular.
Why is the shop not making any money?
So
Maybe
for
shop is much
glass
better than that.
making, instead of because I wouldn't be hitting the
Yeah.
metal, I would be pouring it. Could we make it a Constitution and 2 Dex checks instead?
Yeah.
Alright,
If
that
I'm
sounds
Another
good.
inspiration.
And I could use my proficiency bonus because I have proficiency with glassblower tools.
Yeah.
Great. So let's do that. Let's do the Constitution roll first. That's gonna be 7 plus 6. That's gonna be, just going to math, 13 plus my proficiency. That's gonna be 16 for the Constitution
Okay,
check. And then on the first Dex check is gonna be 10 plus 3, 13 plus 6,
yeah. 19.
19.
Yep.
And the second Dex check will be 18. It's one less.
And he looks over and he's like, oh, I've never seen a dagger made out of glass before. That's kind of cool, but yeah, it seems, I guess. But then he looks over at Sterling, but I feel like 15% is too low.
17?
You would be using my resources and my flames, and I have to restock everything.
No, wait,
Well-
no, that's not true. We're using our own resources. I have my own glassblower resources.
No, I
Yeah,
mean
so
like
we'll
to
supply our
maintain
own
the
stuff.
forge. I have to maintain the forge.
I guess if you mean like coal and stuff, then
Correct, which
yeah,
I pay
yeah.
for.
Right. How does 25 sound?
And he looks over, he says 30%.
That's fair.
And he shakes her hand. Who are you?
I'm your new business partner.
Oh. And he looks over to Apple. He's like, you look like somebody I know.
And
Are you related to Granny Apple?
No.
You know, once I saw this dame, and her name was Granny Apple, and I've always had a kind look at her, and I've always wanted to like be with her, but I just never had the, you know, the gusto to, never had the gusto to ask her out. And I feel like if I was more confident in my past life, that I would have, and you know, and maybe we would have had a happy time together. Just leaves. He just starts talking about his great grandmother.
yeah, well, he's like waffling on. I want to like put up a notice for him that the Golden Apple Shack has a partnership with him in exchange for 30% of our profits from what we sell, making from his forage. We get to use his facilities so that he doesn't forget.
Yeah, I just put like a few of them. You put a few of them. You put one by the forge. You put one by the desk. You put one at the door, so he sees all this every time he comes in.
Yep.
He's like, oh,
Well,
okay.
sir, it's a pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah. When am I gonna see Granny?
Apple, witness your
He
grandmother.
remembers that shit.
He remembers the only thing he remembers.
Our brain.
Selective memories.
Yeah, he's only remembering that part. And he kind of like walks you guys out, and then you know you guys come up to the front. Yeah, you said I was gonna have time to meet with Granny. That's the only reason why I agreed to this kind of stuff.
Well, we did
She's a
also
bit more
say that
adventurous.
she is on an adventure, so we'll let you know when she comes back, and we will let her know that you want to see her. I mean, I'll be honest, sir, you're a fine-looking guy. I'm sure she will be more than happy. I mean, just because you didn't find the courage when you were younger to speak out to her doesn't mean that she would have said no, you know?
And he kind of like looks at you, and you can see like emptiness in his eye for a second. Hey, I'm closing up right now. I don't want anything to do with Lathander.
I would even know I'm from a Thunderin church. I don't have to sing that on anymore.
He just assumes anyone who's wearing priest robes or anything is from the fucking church over here.
Fair enough, you know what, well.
Yeah, he doesn't want anything to do with them. Well, yeah, if you guys are done, or you guys are just window shopping, then get out of here. Are you guys gonna buy anything?
Oh, now look, I'm gonna like point to the notice that he has on his desk. No, we're your business partners. Bill, can I ask you a question? Have you had problems with memories recently? You should.
Are you assuming just because I'm old that I'm gonna have memory problems?
Well, you did ask us who we are 4 times now. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
And he looks over at Apple. You kind of look like Granny Apple. Do you know her?
I get that a lot.
Yeah. You know, Granny Apple is this dame that I used to know. And he kind of like turns around. And he just like turns around.
It's our chance to leave now.
Yeah.
Alright, Bill, nice knowing you. Have a great evening.
Yeah, and then as you guys are walking out, he reads the notice. He's like, "Oh, okay." And then you guys hear him say, "Okay."
Well then, did not expect to have a dwarf with dementia as one of our business partners. Too bad that the church doesn't know, at least I don't know any spells to cure that. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna go back to the boys and see what's going on during that while you guys were gone for a few hours.
We're playing pocket racers.
Yeah.
And Bibbler comes up to you and he gives you a rough sketch. And it's supposed to look like what you would imagine a 5-year-old would draw if he drew a Power Ranger. Yeah, I want to be like the green one. He's the coolest one. He has a flute.
Bibbler, you just made me lose.
Oh, sorry. You told me to draw, so I would try to draw it for you.
I didn't think you'd get done so fast. It's only been a couple hours.
It's only been a couple hours. Yeah, but it's like a very raw sketch. Like it's almost close to like a stick figure that he tried to color in.
All right, we can work with this. Now, I have been thinking about it in the back of my mind, Bibbler. And you definitely want to stick to something light. At first, I was thinking of some kind of hyper mithril based material, but then I remembered of a special material called carbon fiber
Carbon what?
that I might look into.
What is that?
What about the third option, adamantium?
Adamantium is way too heavy for
You're right. He's trying to
Oh
go
yeah,
light.
I know about
for Bibbler.
adamantium. Honey
And
Badger-
also
Badger
D&D
Man.
has adamantite or whatever.
Yeah, you guys
The
ever watched
discount, man.
when you were younger? You watched those fucking films and Honey Badger. He's one of my favorite guys. His bones are made out of adamantine.
That's really cool.
No,
but
I-
I feel like that's very painful.
Yeah, it was cool, but I got books and books about the Rangers of Power, and then about that guy too, about the Honey Badger. My favorite books. So, as you are hanging out over here, while the girls were gone, you actually hear a knock on the store door.
Oh, great. Bibbler? Bibbler!
Yeah. Sorry, I was drawing.
What are you drawing now? You already gave me the blueprint.
I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to make a better one.
It's his second draft, man.
Second
Yeah,
draft.
yeah, Mark 2.
Yeah, I gotta make a better one.
Hey,
now.
make sure to add MKII. Fine,
Yeah.
only because you're doing that. And I
Yeah,
give
you look
guidance.
over and he's trying to draw like a honey badger.
Actually, I revoked the guidance. I am concentration.
I guess we should go
Yeah, you know I get the door. Never mind. Because you're drawing that. Go answer the door.
So yeah, they're both fighting about opening the door, and I guess Les just goes and answers the door.
Alright.
I mean, he's doing his dream job apparently. Security.
And you see a man, older fellow, very small, and he has like a metallic arm. And he's like, "Oh, I've never met you before. Is Voss here?"
Wait, is that the smell of rust in the air?
Rust. He's like, "Oh,
Old man.
yes, doofus."
Oh, doofus. Yeah, I probably do look like the doofus to you, huh? You never told me about your 300 gold training fee. You said I was the chosen talent
You were the
that you were
chosen
looking for in
talent
an apprentice.
for this month. For I have to, I own a condo. I gotta pay
Okay,
for
yep,
it.
there it is. Yeah, and you've been paying for it. That's the first point I wanted to get to. Speaking of what I'm about to get to with my friend here behind you, Les.
Oh yeah, he's quite the man.
I saw an interesting place in the city, since our training ended. An underground town of civilians struggling in poverty, barely able to make it, but in desperate need of life-changing constructions. And I thought, if only there was someone capable of doing that, but instead there was someone too busy hampering up the rich side of town for the mayor.
What are you doing?
And I've been
on
upset
about?
ever
Are you
since that
Are you
session.
assuming something?
I am assuming something.
Oh, so speak with your mouth.
There
Take your
were-
helmet off then.
I raised the visor up. There were people in desperate struggle, and they hadn't even heard of you when I asked about them.
Yeah, I'm quite busy, working on new experiments and doing. Also, Who do you think built the water tower here in Mage Heights? It was I. I built the water tower. I'm, you know, they receive water from me. What are you even going on about, boss?
There was everything went to shit this past month. I don't know if you noticed. Probably didn't even care that I've been gone.
Oh yeah, you've been
Disappeared in a dimensional time-space vacuum loop, and it fucked with my mind. By the way,
gone. He kind of looks around. He's like, wait,
allow me to adjust myself.
did you say dimensional rift?
That's right.
I've only heard of.
Quick to change the subject. You see that? I look at less.
You see that?
I clocked that.
I clocked that. I only see minor. I've only heard minor things about the dimensional rifts and changes, but there's no way they can't be true. It's all hypothetical.
You live in
It's
a
not
magical
hypothetical
world,
anymore.
and you're denying things that can be true or possible.
Ah, yes. Oh, I'm well aware.
Yeah,
Very
he's stuck
well
in the
aware.
books, Les.
Yeah, I'm well
Ah,
aware that magic exists. It's just
Church
magic
of
that's strong.
Scientology.
You know, Tom Cruise is my leader. Anyway.
It looks like it, and I look down at him.
Yeah. He puts his fucking stilts on. Oh yeah, I was in a lot of action movies. Anyway, he looks over to the boss. He says, "Well, it seems like you've been pretty busy too. See the advancements in your armor you're making."
That's right, and I'm proud of it. But you danced the subject. There was everything's gone to shit with that space-time portal stuff, and the people that could have made a difference could have used your help, and I doubt they never reached out to you.
Well,
I don't know if Les would know, but Sterling would definitely know. She was with the Rat Queen.
once you
Like,
realize
like a
how,
trusted.
once you become of my stature and a scientist or artificer of my level, you realize that everyone's always gonna need you at all times. You're always building stuff, but then there's no time for yourself. And if I don't work on myself, how am I gonna make things better around here? And he kind of like opens the door and points out, and he looks. You see all those fixtures with lights inside on the street. Who do you think powers that? Then he points to the water tower. Endless supply of clean water. Who do you think supplies that? Not you,
All
boss.
I see is that you're lighting up the path that the blood crescent moon uses to identify the stores they want to terrorize and destroy. I'm talking about real changes. The reason I made this armor in the first place. What I thought you were inspiring me to become.
Yes, of course, boss. We're always working for the people. I do this as much as I can all the time. And I hate that you're insinuating that I don't help. I mean, I've seen you make this armor and all, but I haven't seen you contribute at all yet.
I tried to, and I got kicked into space time.
Oh,
and I would've-
he
I would've
kind of
loved-
looks over to Escalade. Oh, you tried. Oh, I haven't seen him invent light. Did you?
Escanor is gonna conjure light into his hand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
you're
not that
very-
hard.
Oh, yeah, you can make that, but you see all that stuff out there? And he points over the lamps. He says, do you even know what type of magic
Yes.
is used to power all that?
Stop opening and closing the
I-
door.
He just keeps
I
opening the
hate
door. Keeps opening the door.
I wanna be able to tell exactly what kind of lights they are, what magic is that powers the lights.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
I give him guidance and
30,
the help
20.
action.
Yeah, you can tell that
Oh, never mind.
the lights are connected to some type of grid, and then they all have runes, and they're going to some type of source of power somewhere here in the city.
Looks like rune magic set up on circuits.
Oh, quite smart. You might be smarter than Voss. I should have taken
He
you then.
showed
him.
me the blueprints. He showed me the blueprints ages ago, but they're overly complicated. Look, old man, did you come here to insult me?
No, I just came to see how you were doing. I haven't seen you for a while, and then you bombarded me saying that I haven't been helping the city. Yet you were gone for a month.
You didn't even know that until I told you.
Well, you just told me now, and that's perfectly. It makes a lot of sense. Nothing's changed here in Mage Heights. I have to run the rest of the town. At least the least you can do is help me with Mage Heights.
I don't know. I just think the keeping the city powered isn't the most productive way to help people. Look, this goes back to what we were talking about in my training. The machine security droid army. I saw a glimpse of it. It was done incorrectly in the glimpse that I saw. Let me emphasize that, and I know that. And no one needs to tell me that.
No one needs
But,
to tell me.
but there is a correct way to do it.
And he kind of looks over, and he looks over to your shoulder, and he's like, "Ah, is that what you're talking about?" And he looks at the ID number, and he sees it says Nyctobot, and it shows a symbol of a Nyctobot, and it has like red eyes and stuff, like a little symbol on it.
Yes, precisely. And a variant of mine fused with my memories and decided to create a utopia with a army of these. You see, the design is universal. That should be on the ads. That's not the point.
So you're saying that you've
But
gone through,
imagine
you've gone through
altering
these
the
dimensional
forces
rifts.
of... Yes.
Interesting.
And we need a forge, by the way.
And who else have you spoken to about this?
Obviously, you're the first person we've spoken to. Like,
Am I?
Yeah,
why
of
would we
course.
go to anyone else?
Quite interesting. You can see kind of he's like thinking. Well, if something like that is possible, and you know there are only a few mages I would probably be able to do, you know, concoct that much magical energy in order to do something like that, it still would require some type of vessel in order to do something like that. There's no way to just be able to do it on its own. Explain to me how this magic works, please. And then he looks over to Bibbler. Bibbler, please get us. Could you please get us some tea? And he throws a coin at him. Oh yeah, Bibbler's Bibbler.
Wise words, Bibbler. Wise.
Yeah, Bibbler.
Bibbler
money,
is Bibbler.
money.
Fucking profound.
More money, more problems. That's what Bibbler says.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks.
And he comes up.
How's
and,
Wismo doing?
Well, it seems like he does miss you. You know, it would have been nice if you would have come to visit at times.
I tried to contact you. You teleported me there and then teleported me away without giving me so much as an address.
Well, you know, it's been 4 months now, so there's been about 4 other chosen ones as well, so.
There's a chosen one every month. You are the dragon warrior.
You are the dragon.
Yeah. All right. You know what, old man? I don't got time for this. All right.
No. And then he like.
We need a forge.
Well,
You
the
taught
forge-
me all this forge stuff, but didn't give me a forge. And I keep trying to get one, and no one will give it to me. But you had like 6 of them, like right next to each other. You don't need 6 of them right next to each other.
Yeah, but that's my private studies in my lab. I don't allow many people in there, only the chosen ones.
Yeah, but you know, at a family discount purchase.
Well, I feel like with a new chosen one every month, we can just put our names in a raffle and probably be the chosen one next month.
No. I'm very, you know, there can be a chosen, but
And also, I'm a chosen one. Shouldn't I have a way to get there then if I have access?
And he like starts to contemplate and think about it. Perhaps, maybe if you were to treat me nicer, I would have given you access to my lab, and you know, be able to do whatever you needed to do and build whatever you needed to build. I do appreciate you, boss, and you do remind me of myself when I was younger. But you've assumed
Alright,
things, and you
then I
called me
won't
out as soon as I got in here for no reason. You started attacking me.
You didn't even know he was
Sure,
gone.
I
We were
haven't even.
sucked into time for a month.
Yeah, I still agree with my point. You just said you're busy and you need to worry about yourself. That doesn't devalidate my point at all, by the way. And secondly, if we're playing this game, old man, then I'm not going to explain the dimensional portals you're so interested in. if you're not gonna give me access to the forge.
Voss, you know the forge it's very dangerous. You used it firsthand, you know.
I made a small mistake, and it won't happen again.
And we can't just allow anyone to go in there too with the, you know, and he kind of like whispered with the reactor in there, you know.
Oh, the reactor doesn't it have a force field around it?
Not quite. It's just a bunch of energy that, you know, reacts when someone goes nears it. He starts to laugh. That's a science joke, and he looks at you, Magic Man.
Well, the only other person that would need access is my coworker Iris. You know what? I'm not officially fired yet, so my manager. Oh wait, I was officially fired. Yeah, my coworker Iris. They fired me. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can believe it, actually. You're not a man that I
I
would
was
imagine
doing
that could work
good.
that much. Your ego was pretty high when you first started working with me. It was very high, actually.
She didn't even ask for a copy of the inventory.
Well, anyway, going back to
Um,
the dimensional rip. So by the time by the time that happens, the girls, you guys come back. You guys are able to come back already at that point.
Like,
How about that dimensional rift that gets us into your forge?
And you guys come in and you guys see a small man, and he's talking to the boss, and he has an arm made out of metal, and he has a monocle on.
if I'm not intruding on anything.
This is
Oh.
my mentor, the
Yeah.
one and only Artie.
And
I
yeah,
gesture to him.
yeah, and then he goes and, you know, shakes everyone's hand. Artie Barlow, how do you do?
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Barlow. I'm Sterling Goldleaf, Voss's business partner.
Yeah, I see you made a little entourage for yourself here. I was just speaking
What?
to Voss over here, speaking about these dimensional rifts he's talking about.
Oh, those things. They're not very fun.
Well, I was explaining to him as a man of, you know, science and magic that I imagine him. It would require a lump sum of a very large amount of power in order for this, and this energy source must be some type of, I don't even know what type of magic would be able to do it, and it would also require a vessel in order to control it or manipulate it in some form. But meaning, if my hypothesis is true, then that means if there's a power source and there's a vessel, maybe there's some type of control panel. Maybe there's a way to manipulate him, change him.
It's an interesting theory, I suppose.
Yeah, interesting theory on paper, but I mean, I don't know your knowledge about magic, because I'm a person of God, and in my knowledge of magic, I know that not every magic can be explained or scienced or, you know, formulated into a equation, you know.
Why do you think, why do you believe artificers are the best class? What do you think we're the best when it comes to magic? Because not only do we understand how the arcane works and how to weave it and fabricate it and change it and manipulate it, but we also know how science works. So, just imagine the powerhouse between both of them. We can, you know, come up with things like, and he looks over at Voss, animated armor that you're able to wear and put into a box.
Can I have some more spell slots though?
Not a high enough level yet.
I lean over to Wasp and whisper to him, "Is this where you got your ego?"
Of course not. My successful business was where I got it from.
Right.
It's technically still successful. I wonder who's running it right now. Oh my gosh! If it's Howard the intern, no, it better not fucking be Gary. It can be Howard. It can be Howard. Please don't.
And then he looks and says, "Oh yeah, how your sketch has been going on for the Carlington Vince Lagio 7 that you said you have made. I thought you would have made it already."
I've been pretty busy, old man, and
And he looks over
I'm
to
still
he looks over
tempted
to
to buy it.
Iris and Sterling and Apple. You see how he treats me? Keeps calling me an old man. I'm a strapping young man. There's no need for such indecency in front of your friends.
I
You
think
are an old man.
Yes, but young in heart.
thank you, Miss Fleetfoot.
I'm not sure you should take it
Oh,
too
no.
hard because from what I can tell, Voss believes that he is above everyone, even me, and sometimes I don't really take him seriously. I mean, I've seen what he done in one of these other realities, and
It's
yeah,
not that I think I'm above everyone. I'm simply taking the initiative. Now, does that put me in an advantage? Sometimes. Not right now. Absolutely not right now.
Is there an example that you can show me possibly? And he looks over to Apple of this dimensional rift. Feel like if I study it further, I can maybe get, a more concrete hypothesis on the situation.
Do trust this guy?
Hold on. I do trust him. I look over to Artie while I'm saying that to I show like I'm being serious, even though I was grilling him for shit. It's not that I think he's bad. I just think he's doing the wrong thing. And I tried to tell him about it before, and he like brushed me off. So that's why I'm was like that. And then I do trust him, but I am trying to work some leverage right now, Miss Fleetfoot, of getting us into his magical forge.
Well, I already got us a forge.
Is it magical? With
Oh.
6 of them?
No, but it's something.
it's a dwarven forge owned by a person with dementia.
Oh.
You should have
no.
to get the other one.
And we don't have to pay utilities.
Yeah. I mean,
Very well.
you have to pay royalties, but that's well a commission fee, not royalties. Commission.
Well, if I got access here, I would have free access, and I'm trying to squeeze Iris into that deal too.
And he kind of like interrupts and he says, "If you're looking for a forge so bad, why didn't you build one yourself yet, boss?"
I can answer that for him. You see, in the 4 months that was has been
Hey, you
here,
stepping up on me?
Did you say little what? I will punt you
Wait.
over this wall.
Hold on, no, wait, that's a lightning gauntlet with a level 9 spike.
What were you
So
saying,
you see,
Iris?
in the 4 months that the boss was here as a financial manager, we have made no money. So
That could be
I just
problematic.
I managed the finances. They're managed. We still have an account of all the money we've made since we started. Okay? It's just we as a business didn't make it.
He's an accountant, not a bank.
Yeah. All right.
All I know is how to audit. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
So as you see, Mr. Sir, or whatever you prefer.
Barlow.
Alright.
Ember Forge.
Alright.
The 5th.
Yeah, Barlow Emberforge the 5th.
What did you say to me?
What? His name's Artie. What?
Artie Barlow Ember Forge the 5th.
Oh.
Alright, Mr. Arte Barlow Emberforge the 5th. As you can probably guess from what I just said, we don't really have the resources to build a forge. Unless you know where we could, procure said resources.
I kind of looks over. He's like, well, Bill is probably your best bet because he is a dwarven forge master. As I recall, I have gone to him for some things. He helped me. He actually assisted in building the forge that I built.
Oh,
Of
yeah,
course,
we
I perfected
were
it
there.
after he was done. But yes.
We were there, and well, he didn't really seem interested in building us a fort. Actually, he seems to have really bad issues with memory. I don't know if that's been a recent thing or if you've known about that for a while now.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
tried. I mean, I wasn't able to cure anything, and the priestess was attempting to do some stuff as well. But yeah, we weren't able to do that. Yeah, we were. Seems some type of blockage. I'm not sure. Some type of magical essence that's inside of his mind that's causing that to happen. But I can't figure it out. And to be honest, I really don't have time to be worrying about just one man.
Fair enough. Yeah, we did make a deal with him that we can use his forge at a pretty steep 30% commission rate. Um, but that is the best we could do. We couldn't really convince him to build us a forge. Do you have any idea what did you do to get him to build you your forge? Because obviously having our own forge would be better than, having to use his
Well, for
commission.
Bill, of course, I've enhanced some of his weapons.
Ah,
He was able to sell them for a good profit. I didn't really ask for money because he helped me with the forge, so kind of an even deal, you know.
so you're saying that if I came bearing gifts and maybe a little bit of convincing, maybe a good talk, that would probably get him to help us?
Yeah. He also, I don't know, I remember, he had the hots for Granny Apple. He really loved that woman. He would talk about it all the time.
Yeah, we could tell actually.
And he kind of looks like, oh, it's like, oh, you're her granddaughter. Yes, Apple. Yes, I recall. I recall.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
You're in our shop.
Yes, I was here, recall. Well, is anyone going to show me what dimensional rift thing that you're speaking of, or are we just gonna stand here with hands doing nothing?
Hold on. We still don't understand this. The first time it popped up, it exploded, and the second time that happened,
What happened?
the time rift or dimension rift.
And he like looks over. He's like,
Exploration.
there was an occurrence that did occur a month ago. Exactly what you was talking about.
Yeah, we were told there's a giant hole
Oh
in
yes, yes.
Furio's house or whatever.
Yeah, the man living by the restaurant. Yeah, by the gladiator pit. Yeah, there's a giant hole there, and there was a massive amount of energy that I can sense. They sent me over to look at it, and I was able to find some remnants of the energy, but I would have not imagined that it had anything to do with this.
What were your findings?
And he shows like he comes. You see as he takes out like this little it's like a little box and has knobs on it, and then there's like there's two crystals sticking on the side of it. This is my arcane meter. And I was able to find an abundance of energy that populated, just way higher than usual.
That adds points to the energy source theory.
And then
If there's infinite multiverses, then that would require infinite energy.
yeah, and then he puts as he takes it out, it goes near Lescanor, and it starts to beep like vigorously. He's like, oh.
Please don't point that at me.
Oh, I'm not pointing it at you. Sorry, I didn't mean to point it directly at you. It's just, it seems like you have a abundance of magical energy inside of you as well. This is no mere magical energy, though. Some type of godly energy.
Well, as fine a arcane scholar as you are, I figured you would know what kind of magic I draw from.
Voss, would you like to would you like to say the answer? We say it on 3 together. Just like old times.
Wait, for what?
1,
What?
2,
What?
3. He's
Do I
some
know
type of
the-
celestial.
It's some type of celestial.
You
But I
guys
need-
probably need to
Alright.
practice.
Yes. He's just awkward. He's just awkward.
I could have just told you if you asked.
Yeah, it would make sense with the magic and the stuff that you have. I was going to conclude that, regardless.
Great job, Sherlock.
you should ask him. He likes talking about it.
So what are you doing working with Celestia? The only back in my day we fought Celestials.
You did well
Apparently, it
with
was his
Celestials?
lifelong dream to be secure.
There was
Surprising
war.
comments don't even have faith.
There's stories of fallen Celestials. Celestials have gone into the Nine Hells, try to come back, try to rip this place apart, take control. Me and the gang, Granny Apple, Hethessa, and Bristle. We handled it back then, back in the day. And now it is your turn. I'm getting older as we speak.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And it seems as Voss is getting dumber as we speak as well.
Well, if we keep talking, maybe you'll pass away.
I am in the will, right?
You? Oh yeah, I never told you, but so many chosen ones that I have. I actually have a raffle system that I do.
Ooh, what's my number?
I think you're like 24.
That one would do. Change it at once.
Just change it out once.
What do you mean change
Oh,
it?
have you seen a better invention than the heel wheels?
I'm
Are you
not gonna
serious?
lie, those
The
are pretty
grapple
cool.
launcher on Wizmo. Have you been tearing apart Wizmo every month to make your students repair him?
Oh no, that was just an extra chore that I didn't want to deal with. So you actually fixed them for me.
Oh, okay, thank goodness. I mean, well, I improved him.
Yes,
But
yes, of course. Anyway, Dimensional Rift, yes or no? What's going on here? I got things to do as well.
This is a group call. I'm okay with it.
So you're working here with a man wearing an iron suit, a cat, Celestial, Granny's kin, a demon.
Calling me a cat is very
Hey, I'm not a
disrespectful.
demon. I'm a devil. There's a difference,
Quite, I see.
Sure, that's very offensive.
You should apologize.
This guy's
No.
racist.
Oh, I'm not racist. I'm just see it as
Come
I
out.
see it how I see it.
Just say
You called me
I'm
a
sorry.
cat.
Oh, I'm sorry for saying those things.
Would you
I was
prefer Neko?
Sure.
There we go, Neko.
you know that their race has a name, right?
I don't recall it. I'm gonna be very honest with you.
It's the box.
Oh, Tabaxi, yes. Out of all of you, the most dangerous one here is that one. And he points past Escanor and Apple and points at Bibbler. And you guys see as he's like biting his toenails off on the ground.
Maybe to himself.
Yeah, preposterous. Bibbler
Addict.
is an all-rounder point player. He
You-
thrives in the teamwork
Can
environment.
can I insight check Artie on that statement?
Yeah, you can inside him.
I 18.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Yes.
You just see Escanor grab his heart.
No, so you're all adventurous and all that stuff, but I feel like I've seen that creature walking around at night doing things. I don't really know. I only hear whispers.
Quarter at night.
He's the fucking what's that shit called? The singing slasher. We still haven't figured out what he looks like.
Hmm.
These people are standing there. menacingly.
He's standing there eating his toenails.
That
So-
is pretty menacing.
How do we do this? Yes, no. I mean, I can leave.
Well, I don't know where any magical energy in here is. Can I ask Sir Arte Barlow Amberforge V?
Sir, R.T. Barlow and Beverge the Fifth.
That is what I said.
Don't entertain that.
I'm just being respectful, something that you seem to lack of.
And then he turns over to you and he says, I'm deeply sorry. I didn't really know what your race was. I usually don't offend that way. I try to be better than that.
Oh no, I understand. We're not really common around these parts, and even when, well, places that we are common, there aren't few as. Our race is very behind, I guess you could say, in terms of technology and social evolution.
No,
Well,
yeah.
at least not my tribe. So.
Well, from what I've
know-
heard from you is your Tabaxio somewhat of a newer race. You guys do follow the Cat Lord.
Yeah, well, not my tribe. My tribe actually joined the Empire, and then we actually became kind of indoctrinated with the humans, so my tribe became more human-like, actually. At least in terms of behavior. I
Interesting.
couldn't help but notice your thingy that, like, detected celestial magic. Could I wanted to try something with that. You see,
Oh yeah, of course.
if I'm gonna be blunt, I can see a celestial figure in my amulet. It's a family heirloom that I got, and I wanted to see if it would react to it, you know?
Yeah, sure. And he puts his hand out to hold onto the amulet real quick.
Well, you have to look through it, you know, like put it in front of your eye because it's see-through.
All right, and he looks through it, and he doesn't see anything. He just sees the regular amulet.
Maybe it might just be with me, but I wanted to test if your little thingy that detects magic could detect the fiery figure.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll stand here and you do whatever you do to summon or, evocate or do whatever.
I just need to look to them. If I was to look to the amulet, where would... He's always somewhere, so would he be somewhere specific? Or like...
Yeah, no, like you look through the amulet and then you see inside of it, you see a fiery figure kind of like looking and moving. And then you kind of, this is the first time, but the creature starts to make eye contact with you. And then he's holding the arcane checker, and and you can see that it is, the same thing that happened with Escanor, but it's getting even louder.
I'm gonna
Oh.
keep looking. I mean, what could go wrong, right?
Yeah, you keep looking into it, and then yeah, and let me get this for you real quick. Yeah, you look through it. He's holding. What'd you say?
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
There's anything going on? Or any danger?
Yeah, you see as the machine is like going out of whack, it's going crazy, and you hear all these noises and it starts to beep. It seems as if some type of creature or celestial's inside of your amulet.
Well, good to know that even after my excommunication from the church, my god hasn't left me.
And it looks at you, and you can see that inside of the amulet, it is making direct eye contact with you, the fiery creature inside.
I think that's enough for now, and thank you for your help.
As his machine is going wild and everything, you begin to feel a red hotness come from your amulet on your chest.
No.
And it gets hotter and hotter. What do you do with it?
I'm gonna be fine. I'm not taking it off.
Okay. And it gets hotter, and it's starting to burn through your chest.
Alright.
Clearly a
Hand it
test
to me.
of faith.
Hand it to me.
No, hold on. This is a test of faith.
Mm-hmm.
My God believes in me. I believe in him.
Okay, and it gets
He will not harm
hotter,
me.
and your fur begins to get hot. You
Alright, what
guys
is wrong
look.
with this thing?
You guys look, and Iris, the thing has already gone through her whatever armor she's wearing, and has gone through her shirt now, and you guys can kind of see like the bosom area.
Okay. I'll put my hand on her shoulder and cast Lay on Hands Healing.
Okay, she's healed, but it's
Can
still
I?
piping hot.
Yeah.
I have prestidigitation. It says I can chill up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for an hour. Can I chill her amulet?
Yeah, you can go. Give me a roll an Arcana.
Arcana. Yoink. 6.
Yeah, you begin to chill it, and you see like the ice form around the amulet, but it immediately melts away.
Oh.
It's really hot.
And
All right,
Iris, you are going to start to take damage.
Oh man, you really want me to take the amulet off, don't you?
Not me.
You evil man. You evil
10
man.
fire damage.
10 fire damage. I'm fine.
Jeez, Iris. Yeah.
You see,
I would say it's hot, but it is just you.
and you guys smell. You guys are starting to begin to smell like burnt cat fur.
Jeez, Iris, it is hot. I would say it's hot in here, but it really is just you. And I cast a healing word on her for
Yeah.
7 hit points.
Sure. It's still burning hot.
Nope.
Just like
Alright.
a otter chest.
It's a test
I-
of faith. We can't interfere with this.
My final attempt to dispel
Faith
this,
of Darwinism is
I'm
in full effect right now.
15 fire damage.
50. That's max damage.
That's okay too.
That's all
I'm
good.
gonna try to expel this energy by casting at these dummies. I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray
And do what with
at
it?
second level.
And shoot it?
Yeah, just trying to expel the fire energy because I do have Scorching Ray.
You're gonna shoot Scorching Ray into the amulet that's piping red hot right now.
Now into the dummies because I use it as a casting. So maybe if I expel the energy, maybe it will stop, right?
Sure. Roll
That's
d6.
my theory. Roll d6. Alright. It's a
4. Yeah, that's good enough. You shoot the Scorching Ray towards that dummy, and the dummy begins to like melt, and the fire kind of emits a little bit more from your amulet.
I have 3 of them.
Yeah, obviously. So you shoot all 3 dummies, and all of 3 dummies.
Those are expensive.
Yeah, they begin to ignite, and
No,
they begin
do one
to
3 times.
they begin to start to like melt together. And there's also a bottle of alcohol back there for some reason, and yeah,
Oh.
the alcohol kind of just falls onto the ground, and then big fire emits from this area.
Iris, I need you to step back from the amulet. My shop's gonna burn down.
I can.
It's
put out
already
fire
burning
as a
down.
small campfire. So
Yeah. And as the fire is emitting from there, it starts to get a little bit bigger and stuff. And 1 second.
Oh no, I never wanted to do this.
And a creature emits from the fire. And
No.
you can see within
I already need an extra session to get new training dummies from the supermarket. This, and she did this. Get her, Les. Smite her. Don't let her. Don't let her. Die.
and then Artie turns over to the side and he's like, "Oh, And you see as Artie clicks his heels together and he armors himself.
I thought you were gonna make him disappear.
He just leaves.
He like leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah. You see as Artie comes back a second, well, not a second, like he clicks his heels and you can kind of see like this magical energy emitting from his, and you see metal appear and then it encapsulates his whole body.
Is there like a Power Rangers background?
No, yeah, it's like a magical.
Or
It's like
the Rangers of Power.
yeah, he just he floats for a second and just like Sailor Moon style, he spins around and his hair changes and you know his eyes sparkle, and he has a skirt on for some reason, and then he just turns into this, and the creature moves forward.
I'm gonna move towards it. What could go wrong? I mean, I caused this. If anything, I deserve this fate, right? I mean,
Well, I'm gonna bonus action into my celestial form,
Yeah.
and
There you go.
it's gonna get a lot brighter in here, and then I'll step up and point my axe towards it.
Really
Ah.
gives like the devil hiss of like, ew, holy stuff. Because you do that.
that's my god. Don't threaten my god, please.
And you see as it begins to like, it snaps his fingers right behind him, and you see as the fire kind of like gets sucked in and it gets sucked back into the creature.
I can speak Celestial. Does it speak Celestial?
Yeah.
How bad are the training dummies?
Oh, the training
Are they
dummies.
beyond repair?
They just burnt to a crisp.
Man,
I'm just gonna-
oh.
I'm gonna grab water from.
You're gonna grab water from the well? Yeah, you grab water. Okay, what would you like to do?
Quickly come back.
Okay.
And splash it on the.
You're gonna splash it on the creature.
Don't throw water at my god. No.
And
That's your god?
as Apple
Yes.
as Apple throws the water, she kind of like, or the creature moves his hand and like a tiny wall of fire emits, and then it turns into steam immediately.
Oh, I apparently was
Oh,
grabbing
yeah.
my mini on accident. While I helped, but okay, thank you.
And yeah, it starts to speak, and you can see that it's starting to speak to you in Celestial. Iris, what is the meaning of this?
Well, I just try to perceive you. You're the person in my amulet. The thing I always saw ever since I was a child from the amulet that was given to me by my family. Are you who I believe you are?
And who might that be? Does anyone else speak Celestial? I think you do, right?
Yeah, I do.
So yeah,
I
you're the
can
only
hear
one
it.
who understands it. Everyone else doesn't understand what they're saying.
I speak demon.
Demon.
Well, I'm sorry if this is offensive in a way, but I always believe it was Latender, considering he is, the powers are related to fire and light, and he's kind of the most, well-known one.
Is there
Yeah.
any check I could make to recognize?
You can do a history check.
History check. I could also do one, I guess.
Yeah.
21.
You're not 100% sure, but
Fine.
you've only heard whispers and names of some type of celestial that only deals with fire specifically. The only names you've ever heard are like the Forsaken in books.
I got a 5. I'm not sure at all. I'm still like.
Yeah, Les
Surely that's-
knows, but Les knows that.
I'll hold my tongue. I'll let it play out.
Lathander. What a useless deity.
Well, if the church is anything to go by over here, then yeah, I can agree to that testament.
And this one He looks over to Les. Ah, follower of the fire, huh?
What words do I need to speak to you?
Oh, nothing. There's no words. Maybe, you can be gracious to me. You can be thankful.
I have nothing to thank you for.
Hmm. You're sure about that?
It's quite insensitive. We are talking to a god, you know. I mean, I
Maybe I haven't made it clear who the fuck I am.
Yes. And who are you?
I'm Escanor, the Lion's Son of Pride.
Oh, Escanor, the Lion's of Pride. Yeah, I've heard rumors and stuff of such a man.
What business do you have here, talking to us?
I'm just speaking to, I'm speaking to my, someone who's given me patronage. Seems as you haven't, been nice enough for a while, I see.
I have no need to give anyone patronage.
You're so sure about that, huh? You ever wonder where your flames come from?
I know exactly where they come from.
Oh, and she starts to he begins to laugh a little bit. Oh, dude, tell me, where does they come from?
I owe you no answers. I have no need or wish to speak to you.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk to your follower? And I'll motion over towards.
And she
Iris.
looks over to you and she snaps her fingers. And the burning sensation that you had inside of you, you do not feel that anymore.
yay.
Okay.
To me?
No, not you,
Oh,
Les.
No, not to me.
Oh,
Do you think that makes me feel weak or intimidated?
Oh no, of course not. They're just, they're just things that I give out freely. Who do you think brought fire to man, to Faerun?
Well, you did, of course.
Yes.
But what kind of gift do you have to keep on saying thank you for?
Oh, I'd
Seems
imagine you would thank me so much
Insecure.
for this. Insecure? What do you be insecure about? And then Artie walks up. He's like, "All right, how are we gonna deal with this woman?" And, he kinda,
Well,
like-
if you try to deal with her, she'll incinerate you.
and she kind of he's like, "This ain't the first time I've dealt with a celestial."
like, I'm gonna go.
All in ironclad.
Turn back to common. I'm gonna be like, hey, they're not hostile completely, as far as I'm aware. They don't seem to like less, but for now, I think we're gonna be okay. So just let me talk this out. And also, this is still my god. Can we not kill my god? Thank you.
Ask if you or the church are the right ones. Get confirmation.
Well, it does not. It seems that this is not Latanda. I'm gonna turn back.
Not Lathander,
No,
is that what you
it's
said?
not Lathander.
Yeah, not Latanda. That's why I said in common to the party that this is not Latanda.
Why, yes, I'm not
Oh.
Lathander. You do know that.
Well, I did always have a suspicion that Lathander would not show himself as a fiery figure inside of my amulet. But
And he kind of you see as he kind of looks around and then, moves its hands around and is like, ah, this plane does not suit me. Do you mind if I go somewhere more comfortable?
will I still be able to see you?
Yes. And,
Fuck, she's gonna Raphael us from Baldur's Gate.
yeah, and then she snaps her fingers and you see fire under Les, Iris, and the creature. And then you see them disappear.
Oh,
Whoa.
It's not the first time. It's like people are always leaving here all the time.
it's nice knowing you, fellas.
Guys, they were kidnapped.
I'm going to hack. Oh no. Does that mean I'm gonna change to Warlock now?
No, no.
Oh, this is...
Where the hell is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it in here? I think it's... Yeah, right here. Okay, let me get this. Let me get this set up real quick. And then I'll summon you guys to the board so you guys can see. And then I need to go get your creatures.
I know this place. Uh-oh. This is like what, the seventh? No, no, that's not the seventh. This is the fourth ring of Avernus, I believe. Or fifth. Fourth or fifth.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give you guys rights to your characters real quick. So this one is Edgy. This one is. That's right. No, it's Daniel. There you go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are spawned into this other plane, and it is extremely fucking hot in here. Like you can feel it burn through your fur, or through your skin. And you see as he's the creature is above a rock, and it's like 3 times in size, and it begins to form a like chair or a throne of fire behind it and sits down. Ugh, that is way more comfortable.
Is this a man or like a woman?
You really can't tell. It's kind of like it just has fire all over it. You can't really tell like if it is gender.
My God, may I ask? I do not seem to be fire resistant, and it is quite.
Oh yeah, you guys start to feel the pain of the heat underneath you. And it snaps his fingers again, and it looks over, and there's 2 thrones behind you guys, and you guys are able to sit down, and it's cooler. It's not as hot, but it's still, you know, very, very hot down here.
Thank you very much.
So you ask why I'm with you? Is that what you're asking, Iris?
Well, I mean, the reason is completely up to you to say if you want to disclose it with me. I'm just wondering, you've clearly been a lot of help to me, and well, considering I've been excommunicated from my church and still kept my powers, that means I'm guessing you're also a source of my powers, and I wanted to know why you chose me specifically. Do you want something from me? Do you want me to, you know, obviously I'm loyal to my god, so I wanna make sure that I am doing the best in your stead.
Well, that's nice. What about the other one over there?
What about him?
And why do you not praise me?
Why should I?
So
You
as
must
if you-
know I'm here on a mission.
Oh yeah, I mean, we all have our own reasons of being anywhere we want to be, of course.
But are you aware of my mission?
Are you asking me to tell you what you're supposed to do?
No, I'm asking you if you're here to interfere.
You know, I'm not here to interfere with anything. I just you know, just some praise here and there would be nice, and kind of like, you know, snaps their fingers, and you know, you feel the heat inside you, but you feel it way hotter now.
Well, that certainly feels better than I did 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. No. I'm just here asking, you know, your subjects from my domain, and you know, yada yada yada. I gave fire to Faerun, you know, quite a big accomplishment, you know. I'm just
Do you
asking
always come here to gloat in front of your so-called loyal subjects? You need that praise from them?
Why yes. How do you think deities work?
Oh,
I can't exist if it's not word of mouth and it's not part of your religion or part of your how you we feed off of your praise. How do you think this works?
so you're saying you need us?
Need us as much as you guys need me.
You see, deities have a symbiotic relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the more people believe in a deity, the more powerful of a deity they are.
As you know, like I've been in other dimensions, and one of the dimensions there's something called a symbiotic relationship that people have with e-girl streamers, similar to that.
I don't think it's similar to that.
That's not symbiotic. You're
Oh,
parasite.
parasitic. Yeah, parasitic. Yeah, that's what it's called. Parasitic.
The more the eagle has, the less she gives to the others.
I don't know how that world works. I thought it was cool. They go on these wonderful machines and they just like look at people and then they praise them and then they're like, "Here, take some of my praise." And then she gets more powerful and more powerful by the day.
That
So-
sounds like an interesting world.
You called us to here just for us to praise you.
I'm here to give some insight to Iris. I'm not here to interfere with you. I'm asking for praise from you.
You have to work a little bit harder for that.
And then he looks over and he's like,
Les will lean back in his cooling chair.
"And what would you
Cooling
recommend?"
chair.
That's a cool Master 7000, a lazy boy, you know? Is
No
that what
way.
is that what you're asking for, Les? Are you asking for my cool Master?
I would never ask for such a thing.
The cool Master
I do take
7000.
gifts though.
The cool Master 7000 lazy boy edition. One of the best inventions man has ever created.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, and then you can you can see it has like little buttons on the side and it has a full lean back position option and has like a massage option.
I mean, let's think about this, right? We are. I don't know your story. You seem to know this deity better than I do, and you seem to maybe have some bad blood with them, which is, personally, I would never choose to get a god on my bad side.
You're very smart, priest. You talk quite a lot. And you've already pointed out two very important things. We have bad blood, and I know her better than you do. So why are you spending your time talking to me when this person is right here in front of you?
What do you look like when you go to your Asimar form?
I just, like, there's like runes on my body,
Yeah.
and they like begin to radiate and my eyes turn into like just straight radiance, like an angel.
Yeah, so that's what you see. Like when you're looking at him right now, once you guys were brought into his form, you see the runes on him and then you see like this angel-like form on him. But at the same time, you see as his hair turns fiery, kind of just like the creatures in front of you as well. Similar to it.
Well, I do have to say I am honored that you brought me into your realm. And I never really talked face to face with a god, so I have no idea what to really say, but if I can be of service to you for your what's the word? Is out of character. I'm really like forgot the word for it.
Patronage?
Like, fate. I mean, it's like when you get looked after by someone and
Yeah.
like they give you like their blessing, right?
Yeah, so I accept PayPal and what else? Credit card. Okay, anyway, so you just want to make sure I look over after you. Is that what you're asking of me?
Well, no, you know, you've seen quite a bit of my life being
No.
in my amulet, and you
Trying to
know
become
that-
a follower of Latander and all that nonsense. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't really know. I just didn't know. I don't know how to explain it better, but I want. I'm gonna be honest. I want the power to protect my friends because I mean we've recently been attacked by a group of people, and I just wish I just wish I was powerful enough to protect them. You know.
And you will be. There's no issue. I have my own events in Faerun and Forgotten Realms that I kind of want cleansed, as you say. And what is the best way to cleanse it? With fire, obviously. But there are things that I need to iron out with less in order for us to continue. I guess Les hasn't really told you much about himself, has he?
Not that much. I think I know he's a part of some family like of a guard family
I think that's
in
Kale.
Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's a different character, but
Oh,
we'll continue anyways, as you were.
See, this is the complexity of
Yeah,
multiversal
the
travel.
multiverse of madness.
I guess that was different less. So no, I don't know much about
It was a
Ravalas.
different character. That was one we were going through.
Yeah, when you guys were, yeah. So, yeah, I'm sorry for the confusion. Yeah, when you guys went to Heroes Feast or whatever, he was talking about Kale.
But let's talk to Kay like he knew him, and
That
he
is
knew
true.
what
In
he
Yes,
was
character,
doing.
you
that's
did say
played
that.
by me.
So
Oh yeah,
I
like you knew the legend.
That's true.
Yeah,
so-
In
so
character, you
I
did say
thought
that.
I thought he was like related to that story. So I guess no, never mind then. Retcon that.
I mean, yeah, we could work it out. We can roll with it.
I just know that Les is a guy that appeared in the slums and he kind of just joined us. Apparently, he's on his own quest. Didn't really tell us much.
The issue with Les is that Les is what we call an anomaly. You see, when deities decide to create new life, we kind of do it in a way where we just choose to and it happens. There are some deities that decide that they want to go to the Forgotten Realms to seek their pleasures, and sometimes they bring back ill-blooded celestials.
You always were so rude, Auntie.
So yes, I do know Les. I'm very, very well aware of him.
I see. So
And it seems as if Les already knew where his powers came from, yet his ego decides to take control over him, and he decides to make assumptions and say things that he shouldn't say. Though he is a half-breed.
So I'm assuming you do know the celestial that Les is half bred with.
Yeah, most likely.
And I'm assuming it's somehow related to you, considering you summoned him here.
Yeah, you would say so.
Well, again, that's up to you to disclose. I am not one to pry information out of a god that they don't want to tell me.
You're not one to pry, but you'll make two assumptions that are very close to prying. You should just ask the damn question.
I'm just.
It's really hot
I'm
in
a
here.
cat. I'm a cat. I'm a cat. You know, I gotta know, but at the same time, I don't want to get burned. You know, quite
That's a
literally
charge for
and
you.
figuratively.
You should tell them how we are related.
No, you, Les. You tell them.
No.
Well, you've already spoke to my ego about how I'm not scared of you. So I will say, she's from my mother's side. I guess it would make her sort of my aunt in your world.
How nice. And you've never called and you've never came to any of the family gatherings. Though you are a half-breed, you know, we kind of don't accept you. Well, I don't accept you at least, but we make exceptions for family sometimes.
Well, if you ever showed up to any family gatherings on the plane we were just on, you've shown your power. Those were
Well,
very nice training dummies that you just burned down
it wasn't
to
me, it
show
was
up.
Iris who casted the spell. It wasn't me.
You burned a hole straight through her plates.
Actually, considering she's been in my amulet this whole time, she has been to every family gathering I've been to.
Yeah, so in pseudo, I've been more of a tabaxi than a celestial for a while. I was also there in Iris's first time. She was wearing the amulet still.
It's alright.
I'm kidding.
Hey, I'm...
Anyway, yeah. So now that we, you know, come to terms with each other and we know each other a little bit more, I know Iris a lot. Like I said, I'm not gonna interfere with your mission. You do whatever you please. I really don't care. Like I said, I need some type of patronage, some type of, you know, a relic, a statue, a church. You know, it'd be kind of cool.
So you want me to gather followers in your name?
That'd be nice.
All right. Well, that does remind me. I do not know your name. I just know you as the fiery figure in my amulet, and I assumed you were Latender. So about that parent.
What is my name, Les? Tell her.
Oh god.
Yes.
Chat GPT, what is a good name for a fire goddess? Is there an actual name in the actual lore?
There is one, but we're not gonna use that one.
Sharkeisha.
Sharkeisha. We're not gonna use that one. We're not gonna use the actual lore.
There is this one who's like the Fire Lord.
Yeah.
That's
That's a different one.
a different god. Also
Yeah.
related, but you know, it's
Yeah.
brother actually.
Distant family. Twice removed.
Talail.
Talil. There we go. We're gonna go with Talil.
Okay.
Speak my name. Praise me. Show me how much you love me. And in turn, I shall watch over you. And less, of course. It's only a promise I've made for one of my sisters, but nonetheless, I have to do it. Family's family.
Just one last question. I know sorry if I'm testing your patience with this, but gods usually have some rites and, you know, ways to worship them. Do you have any of that?
The first thing you can do is burn down the Church of Lathander. That'd be nice.
All right.
It seems like you found the perfect person to start your new church. Questions nothing, burn everything. Got it. Easy enough.
I mean, she has been whispering me to burn down stuff for quite a while now. So you know, at this point, I'm just like, yeah, well, you know, the voices have been telling me to, and now my god has told it to me straight up. You know, might as well, right?
Yeah, and I need you to fully accept that Lathander has nothing to do with this. Lathander will not help you. Lathander does not speak with you. You speak with me only.
Well, all right. I mean, some of their tenants did help me in some cases, but I understand that.
The only reason I didn't interfere and decide to show myself earlier is because, like you said, You were going down a good path, and I didn't want to interfere. It seems like you were forging your own life. The only reason why you even have that amulet is because of your family, and what your family decided to do and raid one of my temples.
Well, I didn't know. I'm sorry if that offended you.
No, no, no. The amulets are there. You know, I want people to take them because then I can see them and see what's going on. I didn't like how
Oh,
they raided
so
my temple, but yeah, you know, it was more of a place for worship, but you know, they decided to steal things and take it. But you know, the amulets are there for a reason, so I can talk to
I
people,
guess
figure
to
out who my
be
new avatar is going to be eventually and all that.
to instead of calling it the cat's eye amulet, would be more appropriate to call it the God's eye amulet.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, well, I am a glass blower by trade. Do you think I could make more of these amulets for more priests if some were to show up
Correct, but you would
in the name?
require it would require fire red rubies.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty rare where you're from, so if you were to somehow find a few, then yeah. You can craft them, put my name on it, you know, rune it, start your own church. Not a cult though. Don't do a cult. People have done that before. I didn't like that one.
Yeah, church good, cult bad. Understood.
Unless you're losing followers, then yes, I'll allow you to turn into a cult. Then yes, that's fine.
Got it, got it.
Yes, yes. So now, you will still have some of your spells and everything, but I'm going to modify some other spells that are going to be more resilient to this, or more in tune with this goddess Talele, and less. Are you not gonna give Auntie a hug before you go?
Why would if it wouldn't burn this mortal skin off?
Oh no, 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 you'll be safe. And then you see as the you begin to fly, and the Cooler Master begins to get close. You're in the Cooler Master, but you begin to fly towards her or towards it.
This is so awkward every time.
Yeah, so
I'm just picturing Charles Xavier.
yeah, he's like on the chair on the Cooler Master. Roll for
Perfect.
hug.
Oh, fuck that.
Okay.
It's
Dex.
gotta be acrobatics.
Well, you could do acrobatics. I need acrobatics, and then I need Constitution as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you use acrobatics to like grab people, then I guess you'd be like hugging them, right? I mean, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense to me.
Alright, it's a 20 on the acrobatics, 21 constitution.
Damn, that's a very good hug. And you were able to see Azarius as your god is hugging less. And it's a very heart-filled, kind of non-awkward hug that you would imagine would be awkward because they haven't seen each other for a very long time, but it was good. It was a very nice hug. And less.
Are you jealous, Cyrus?
I'm good. I'm made out of fur and not god skin, so I think I would definitely end up way worse off. I think I'm fine.
Yeah. And yep. There you go. He says, alright. Well, if you need to speak with me, you know how to reach me. And he points to Iris and points over to the amulet. And less, if you need to speak with me, you know how to talk with me. And, you know, as you feel one of your flames, like, kind of summon from your hand, you kind of see, like, a miniature version of the goddess, like, make itself into your hand.
And you wonder where I get my ego.
Ha! It runs in the family, we know already.
Don't worry, I'll take care of your priest.
Yes, make sure she lives long enough to get a following. And you keep an eye on less. Make sure there's no more quarter breeds being built around here.
I mean, there was that one elf, but that was a different reality. So I didn't know back then. You know, I'll keep an eye on him.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, ta-ta. And then she snaps her fingers, and then you go back. Where is he?
I saw the face of
Fire.
God.
And you guys come back, and you guys are just standing there for like a few seconds, and Fire Red shows up again, and there's fire on the ground, and a little portal shows up, and they give her up. They come right back. And Artie's like, "What the
That's
fuck?"
And that's when I realized, oh, they're back.
Oh.
Never mind.
Iris,
I
like I
saw
said,
the face of God.
your spells are going to change. Les, your fire now is not the orangey hueish, like the lighter, the yellow and the orange anymore. It is like apple hair red.
Okay.
So anytime you animate, do any fire or do anything of that nature. Also, you have, I think there's an action. Where is it? There's a thing you do to transform, right? You press something to transform?
It's just one of my class features. You use a bonus action to transform.
Okay, so now when you transform, your hair turns into that red that I told you about, and it changes.
Okay.
And while that is active, you have advantage on intimidation.
Hell yeah.
And then, like for you, Iris, there's gonna be a lot of overhaul. So we'll talk more about that.
We can chat about it. Anyways, I guess it's time to inform the party about what happened. Well then, how long were we gone?
A few minutes,
Okay.
like a minute or two.
So,
What happened to you two?
I was dragged to the pits of Gehenna, quite literally, and I saw the face of my god. Very nice person, I must say, and they gave me a mission to spread their beliefs. And the first mission they gave me is to burn down the church.
Are you sure?
Where did you two? How long were you
Really?
gone? It was like a minute or two, and you got a mission from a god.
We were there
Yes,
for a couple hours.
Yeah, it was like an hour, yeah, for us. Yes, I did get a divine mission from my god directly, word to word. I mean, mouth, word to mouth, yes. No, wait, that's not how to
Please stop getting sucked to other dimensions. We're trying to run a shop. It shouldn't be this hard.
You keep saying you're God, but you said it wasn't Lathander. What's going on?
No, so also we learned.
And as you guys are, as that's going on or whatever, another portal of fire emits for a second, and you see as something is coming out from it, and you see. Let me get it for you real quick. If it can spawn. You see a shadowy figure start to emit from it, and the fire is roaring, and it's like really loud and stuff. If it wants to load for me.
Another god.
Oh, please be my Tanglewood package.
My Tanglewood package. Stupid.
On impulse, can I just immediately toss my magic coin at it?
Yeah, you toss your coin at the fire, and it just it melts the coin. Do you have more than one of those?
Oh, well, like, I could just take any singular gold piece.
Okay, yeah.
or-
So yeah, that coin melts immediately. And you guys are like all in suspense or figuring out like what the fuck is like being summoned or whatever, and you hear like the roar of the fire, and you see a chair.
Oh, it's the Cooler Master! It's the Cooler
chair.
Master 7000!
And on it, you can see it on the back of it. It has like a little note, and it says, "To less heart auntie." And then there's a little
Anyways,
note.
I'm
There's
gonna
a
stash the note. I'm gonna stash the note before anybody
yeah,
sees it.
and then yeah, on the note it says, "For all those birthdays I missed."
I mean, I think I was gonna say
What?
it anyways.
No, you were.
Anyways,
Well, I mean, it's
No,
up to them.
no.
I mean,
Only
he
at the
could-
6,500
you
in
can
my
try to
office.
say-
he could try to stop you if he wants to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stop you,
Yeah.
but
So-
you can say it if that's in character.
yeah, I'm just gonna like in character be like, hey, so guys, did you know that?
And then as
Les
soon as you say that,
had
he puts his hand, like he tries to put stop you, puts his hand near your mouth. So yeah, I need both of you to give me dex checks.
I'm just like, my character is a little bit autistic, as they say. They just like didn't realize at the moment that this would be some sort of information that Les wouldn't want to share.
Yeah, so you both need dex
after-
checks.
Instead of putting my hand up to your mouth, I'm gonna swing my axe and just smack it into the ground right in front of you.
Okay.
I'm like immediately as Les does that, I'm just gonna stop and I'm gonna say, you know what? Never mind. Did you guys know that Les is a cool guy?
Yeah, we won that dance battle.
Oh, you did?
It's an epic dance
I
battle.
wasn't there for that.
You missed it. You should go back and rewatch it.
Just go
Yeah.
back and watch what happened. But yes,
Yes,
Basically,
so,
the A-bot, when
So
you think
my
about it.
god really liked Les, so they gave him cooler fire powers. That's what I wanted to tell you guys. Nothing else.
So a god just gave
Such a good priest.
extra magic for no cost, no deal, no eternal servitude.
And the way you were talking to them, I'm surprised you let a god influence you magically.
Well, we'll just say we have history and leave it at that.
Les, didn't you tell me you were too proud for gods? Or
Enough
something?
said. Oh no, enough said. I get that. No, I won't cut you off like that. But I'll take a step back.
Well, I mean, you did say at no cost, but I did get a mission to burn down the church and also, you know, spread my new god around. Which, hey, if you guys
Oh, you're
want, you
starting
can
a cult.
No,
immediately started a call.
No,
Well, that's
I got
What about
specifically told it's not supposed to be a cult. You see the difference between a cult?
It's
and-
not it's not supposed to be.
Okay, no,
And,
guys.
As you're saying that, oh, is it a cult or not or whatever, you see as Iris's necklace turns like the same color red as the fire that Les emits, and now inside of it there's an eternal flame just spinning around constantly.
Anyway, you see, guys, the difference. I would know this because I went to a church, so they actually told us the difference between a cult and a religion is that a religion, anyone can freely join any religion by just saying they're part of that religion and believing in the words they say. For a cult, you have to be indoctrinated by a member, which means that this is a religion, so it will be open to anyone who
Oh.
believes that they are a part of this religion. So if you
Right.
guys want, you can be the first followers.
And what are your
Oh,
hey, what's the point? Because as far as I'm concerned,
I'm agnostic.
a flaming
It's apples.
burning thing just came into the shop, took you for, well, what was an hour, but was actually 5 minutes in our time, made your amulet red, it has something to do with less that you're not telling me, and
and she
Yeah.
swapped god.
and now you don't believe in Lysander anymore.
Okay, well, let's think of it this way. Latender is a cool guy, let's be real, he does have some nice tenets, like, you know, being nice to people, that's great and all. But this church right here, they're assholes, they're not nice to people at all.
But
I
can
agree with that. I don't.
Yeah.
And burning the church
Let's
down,
burn down
I
the-
think it is in line with our plan to cripple the mayor, or El Penguino, but El Penguino's a part of the mayor's shit.
Exactly.
So it's not. But I definitely want to make sure none of those brainwashed civilians are there when we do it.
And the
Of
other thing,
course.
it wants you to burn.
Oh, it's a
that's
stone
still
church.
arson. As much as we don't like them, like, hello, villains have standards. You're not supposed to burn down a place of holy worship. You're supposed to take it and make it yours. So, this doesn't make any sense. This sounds more like a warlock patron than a god.
Is your god a
We're
villain?
going to finish up soon. You're good.
And I'm not really sure. I mean, they did.
But it doesn't
Oh.
matter to you?
I mean, think about it from my perspective. They've been following me for a long time, giving me these powers, and they've been making my life really nice, actually. They've been actually watching over me and making... They were here for every single one of my birthdays. Would you believe that? Every single one.
So if your god told you to kill
Jump off a
Bibbler,
bridge.
you'd do it?
If my god told me to kill Bibbler, probably because my god itself could kill Bibbler if it really wanted to. And I mean, it literally showed up in front of us, and you know,
Oh,
Yeah, you can just read that
really?
afterwards.
yeah. You see,
I approve.
I mean,
I
if my god
approve.
is able, if
You're
my
my
god is
cousin.
able to
Stop.
show up in the material plane, then if they really wanted anyone gone, they would do it. But you see, it wasn't just burning down the church that they gave me the mission. Okay, I can't over-exaggerate. It was more like burn the old leaders of it and turn it into a church of my new god, which is called the Lele.
Can I history see if I recognize the name Talele?
Yeah.
Yoink. That's a nat 20.
Oh my gosh. You know, you got the family tree.
Yeah, back in
how does it?
when you were in Waterdeep School of Business, you took a lot of time and you'd go to the great library that they have in Waterdeep as well to do your studies. And one day, you decide to like read a book about different deities and stuff and celestials, and one of them does bring up some that exists in what they call the fire domain. And inside of the fire domain, there is Talele, there is Palele, there is Kalele, and there's Falele. And there are 4 sisters who run this domain. And inside of they work hand in hand, and they usually that's what Palele is. And then they all work hand in hand in order to, you know, make sure that fire is brought into this domain. And for a long time, people believe that they are the ones who brought fire into the Forgotten Realms.
So you're telling me Talele of the 4 sisters, progenitor of
Falele.
the first flame, came to you?
Yes.
And what does she have to do with that with Lescanor? That's the part I'm confused about.
That's up to Lisconor to disclose, not me.
And Lescanor is already on the Cooler Master, fully backed bench, has like pads on his eyes, and is knocked out on the Cooler Master.
Yep, and I would not like taking a great axe swing into my face. I say that while I smile.
And I think we're just gonna end it right there. That is a perfect way to end it.
Nice.
Amazing. Falele, Falele. You guys gotta remember the names of that. Falele.
Damn. We probably got
Falele,
like a
Falele.
shit ton of XP from that.
Yeah, like so close that maybe you're about a quarter up to your next level.
Damn, that's good. That's good for level 5.
And thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you guys later.